Hey. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Are we live? This is always fun when you watch the playback later and like the first 10 seconds are me being like, hey, are we live? Hey, are we live? Let's see. Oh, we might be. Let's test the audio. How about that? Hey, what's up? Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I am alive. Wow, 40,000 subscribers. Look at that. Look at that number. Wow. It's so amazing to look at the number and genuinely see it say 40,000. Wow. Um Hey everybody. Thanks for coming to the live stream. And if you're watching in the future, because I'll probably keep this available unless something shocking happens. Thanks for coming to the stream regardless of its liveness. Oh, Simply Snaps becoming a member again? Wow, for 11 months? It's really been 11 months. Wow. Thank you so much, Snaps, for all the support and helping with the Breaking Bad script immensely. And just writing into the podcast. Okay, we'll get to all the other stuff. What is therapy? Yeah, we will talk later I want to talk about mental health and therapy always. It's always fun. So if you do have any questions, feel free to think of them and then talk about them with me. But hey, everybody say hi. Everybody say hi to each other. Good morning, mate from Australia. Wow. So it is like, you should probably be asleep. I mean, I don't know what part of Australia you're in, but like, you wake up very early or go to bed very late. But I did try to make the stream kind of work for anyone of any. We just lost a subscriber. This is gonna happen. I did try to make the stream timing work for anybody to kind of Europeans, British people, all kinds of people from all around the globe. 7 a.m. Okay, never mind. You're good. You wake up at a reasonable time. 7 a.m. is not that wild. So yeah, wow, 40,000. It definitely says 40,000, right? That's so cool. That's so cool that it actually says 40,000 and no less than that. So you might be thinking to yourself, "Hey, that doesn't say 40,000." Okay? You might be thinking that. Is anyone thinking that? Someone might be thinking, "Okay, that doesn't say 40,000." And I get that. That's a fair argument. That's a fair argument. Now, I would counter with, use your imagination. Use your imagination. So welcome to the stream. And, could I have waited until tomorrow to do the stream and had 40,000? Yeah. Would that have been the reasonable thing to do? Yeah. But come on. Here at What's Therapy Corp, we like to manifest and predict and elongate our minds into new sort of universi. I'm going to make some new accounts and get us there. Don't even worry. Don't even do that, actually. Google will punish you. Don't even do that. Google will punish you, and they will notice, and they will automatically unsubscribe your other accounts. I heard it from a friend. No, I did stress out when I did the 20,000 sub stream that I wasn't at 20,000. So I tried making a few accounts. It was not a smart idea. I felt so stupid after a second of trying. But no, we're going to reach 40,000. We're going to reach it. No one stress. I think it's kind of in keeping with the vibe of this channel that we just say, who cares, right? Like, we'll be there. Like, what is a number except, oh God, y'all are doing it. Don't create new accounts. Stop the count. Oh, y'all are getting really hyped, I can tell. So how's everybody doing? We are currently live streaming 5 minutes into the stream. We got a lot to do, a lot to say, lot to talk about. And I mean, I'm so happy to be doing YouTube. I think I've said it many times, but like this is by far the biggest audience I've ever had for my creative work. By far, not even remotely close. I've made music, art, paintings, drawings, writing, so much writing, and no one ever pretty much ever experienced it. So it is quite amazing to. Ooh, I'm gonna start sweating. We're gonna get sweaty up in here. Maybe I'll do a wardrobe change at a certain point. But yeah, who needs 40K subs when you can celebrate anyway? Exactly. But yeah, so I'm really extremely honestly proud of myself and very grateful that I live in a world where there is a way to reach so many people with my creative work. I don't have to like draw on a cave wall and then like hope that 40,000 people come by to check it out, which is what they did in the old days back, centuries ago. And that's not practical because also how are you going to draw on a cave wall, the difference between Walter and Skylar's under the table sexual activity and, Jimmy and Kim's, right? That's hard to represent on a cave wall, just practically speaking and materially speaking. So what are we going to do today? Got a lot of people in the chat saying, what are we going to do today? Why are you wasting my time? What are we doing here? I have a lot to do. I have to go on with my day. We're going to celebrate. We're going to party. I have a adult beverage. If you drink adult beverages, feel free to have one. If you don't, that's cool too. That's actually very cool. It's actually a little cooler to not drink adult beverages. I'm going to be honest, but I still kind of like them. So I will be doing this. And yeah, we're going to celebrate, and then we're going to celebrate in a particular way. First of all, I'm going to let you know all this interesting stuff that went on in the last 24 hours with Google and YouTube. Next up, after that, we are going to watch a playlist of literally over 50 videos of just completely random stuff. Okay. And all of it was stuff that YouTube has shown me over the last few months, and I just put into a playlist called WTF. So we're going to watch that. That's going to be weird and funny. I don't know if we're going to get through all of it, or probably we will. I don't even know. But you got a fan of the jar. Thank you, Harper. Everyone say hi to each other. You recognize each other, right? Say hi to each other. Someone's eating Indian food. Happy 40K, Therp. Hey, that's nice. No one's called me that before. I like that. People come up with all different names. Therp is quite good. I hope that sticks. So you will be amazed by what's in my WTF playlist. But let's talk about a few things first, okay? And if you're watching in the future, you can click ahead to the, part where I go to that. But you'll actually miss some interesting stuff. So don't even, I do whatever you want. I don't care. Okay. So 40,000 subscribers. Oh, someone just paid me $5. Wow. Thank you, One Sinu. That's a cool name. Have you or would you ever consider watching Lost? It's a very character-driven show, and I think you might enjoy it. I've heard good things about Lost. People say they love the ending in particular.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
If you like that alert, by the way, that's Bob Odenkirk from the Tim Heidecker podcast from last year or something, promoting his biography, his autobiography, which I still haven't read, but I'm going to, and maybe I'll definitely talk about it on the podcast or something. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, there's not a good chance of me watching Lost, just given the amount of investment that I know it would take. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, and I'm certainly not against it, but I appreciate the recommendation, and thanks for giving actual currency to me. I've actually been doing well. Let me just give you a life update. I've been doing well. I streamed since the last video, so I don't have to tell you how happy I am with how the last video did. But I was very happy about that. And I've also been doing well in my life generally. I've been seeing a bunch of clients, feeling good in my work. I've been expanding my knowledge in my work, doing a lot of trainings. Reading the DSM over there, the new one from last year, and Therpies could be my fan club. And it's so bad. 5 years from now, there's like a commentary video, like the toxic Therpy community. Therpy's gone mad. I haven't watched Barbie or Oppenheimer, and I'm going to talk about both of them on the podcast tomorrow. I'm planning to do the podcast tomorrow and talk about my thoughts about things that I don't know about. I'm actually very excited for the podcast tomorrow because I have nothing planned. So I'm gonna hope it's I think I'm gonna maybe try to be funny or something. It's gonna be interesting. So very happy with how things are going in life. I mean, I did not ever predict to hit 40,000 subscribers in 3 years like this. Rourke, yeah, you made a video referencing enjoying my videos. Yeah, it was like one of the only times I've ever gotten a mention in my YouTube like mentions category or whatever. Thanks so much for coming by. Everyone check out Rourke. They make or they're starting to consider making videos, it sounds like. Have I watched the Sean video dropping the bomb? Absolutely. I've watched almost every Sean video except like the one about frogs or something and TED Talks or something. What's up, Beef Blog? It's been a while. Willkommen. Oh, Renee joining the community, becoming a member. So members, same as patrons, you get a bunch of extra stuff. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do it if you obviously don't do it if you need the money. But yeah, feel free. You can, I do like earning money from this, and I do have a fair bit of stuff because so when I started my YouTube channel, I made a Patreon pretty quick, and I started putting things there pretty quick because I was like, why not? I make a ton of shit, some meme videos, some songs, some this or that. Now, 3 years later, there's quite a lot of stuff, and I've made it available for members too, and so on. Okay, I'm not just trying to advertise it. I'm just like, in talking about the progress of this channel, I'm very proud to like have stuff that people like. I've been doing the podcast now since January. It's going to be like I think it's going to be like episode 26 tomorrow, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And
make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Yeah, I hope you guys like that. You know who that is, I assume. I actually still follow his channel. He does movie reviews. The Apparently Kid. Check out his YouTube. He still does movie reviews. Like, he does movie reviews. He's dope. He goes to movies with his grandpa, I think. So, very happy with how life is going. There's obviously problems, but and so on, especially on a macro level. But we're making it work. We're doing our best here. I hope you all are doing well. Genuinely, I hope you're doing fairly well. I hope you have like creative stuff you're enjoying or other things that you're enjoying doing, and I hope you have some friends or can work towards making friends. I've been more social, and it's been feeling really good, seeing more people, doing more things, doing more art with other people. That's been really fun and meaningful, and has made me a lot happier. And I'm also a lot healthier, or like a bit healthier. I'm taking care of myself more. I'm exercising more, just overall taking care of myself, getting more sleep, learning more about the brain, and that kind of informs a lot of that too. It's like, holy shit, you got to take care of yourself or else you're not going to function. And that's what it's all about, functioning, Wait, 31 people watching. Wow. This is where the real I'm not going to start using therapies. the real people come out. Whoa, basil brush. That is a cool emote. I don't even know. Okay. So how about I tell you about some fucking crazy, okay. How about I tell you about some crazy tech shit that went on? And by the way, using the word crazy, I'll just speak to that for a second. Some people feel like it's bad to use the word crazy. Maybe it is. Maybe I should work it out of my vocabulary as a therapist. I think there's a big difference between calling someone crazy versus just using the word crazy. So there, a few words about that. I listen to your videos all the time while drawing, and I just realized I wasn't subscribed. Hell yeah. Wow. feel free to, I don't know, if you have like Twitter, like share one of the drawings you did while watching a video. That would be really good. It's not up to you what we call ourselves. Fuck. No, I should come up with a name like Greg or something for my audience. That would be kind of original. Okay, so things have been good. I've been quite better and getting out more biking, enjoying nature. I went camping. I talked about that on the podcast a few weeks ago. Just an overnight. And y'all, I'm not going to let it stick. You can try to make therapies happen by... Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you about this wild stuff that happened, okay? Let me tell you about the last 24 hours with Google and YouTube. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but... okay, actually, I'm not going to go into it yet because I'm getting some super chats that are extremely nice. And one of them actually asked the question I was meaning to talk about before getting into the tech stuff. Help, no, I can't out all of my stupid Gus art. Okay, now you're saying you do Gus art? Thank you, Marcus, for the 698 SGD. I don't know what that currency is, but that sounds amazing, and I really appreciate it. John Vedelson, and by the way, this is way better to do this live on stream, right? Which I totally planned.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's not that I got less subscribers than I expected, and also people unsubscribed when I posted the YouTube stream. It's definitely that I wanted to reach 40,000 subscribers on stream. Oh, let's go! Let's go! That's pretty cool, right? All the zeros after the 4. That's pretty good. I mean, not too shabby. And look at this too, y'all. I mean, this is, so if you're wondering, this is when the season 6 of Better Call Saul came out. And I had just dropped part 3. Right? Okay, and then this is when I dropped the new video. Okay, fuck you. Hey y'all. This is really nice. Thank you all for coming out and celebrating this together. Gifted 5 memberships, Simply Snaps. Yo! Now that's fucking so generous.
And make sure to leave a like
wow.
and subscribe.
Wow.
And make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Wow.
And make sure to leave a like
Snaps.
and subscribe.
Thank you. So
And make sure
Snaps
to
is a
leave
billionaire.
like
Snap.
and
So most people don't know
subscribe.
this. Simply Snaps, you might see that username sometimes.
And make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
She's actually a billionaire. That's actually a billionaire. Okay, so yeah, I don't know who exactly. I think it's like Melinda Gates or something. But I'm not 100% sure. But thank you so much, Simply Snaps. And yeah, other people who got gifted the membership. Yeah, check out the podcast, check out other stuff. So, wow, that's so great. What was I saying? So John asked, what projects are you looking forward to a new series breakdown? So I did want to talk about that before we get into the last 24 hours tech wildness. And this is going to be funny for people watching in the future because that's not going to be that funny. Okay, never mind. So I have not really done... I'm not really doing anything for the channel, basically. I mean, so in the last 2 months, 2.5, almost 3 months, actually, since the new video, I'm not going to say I haven't been doing anything. I've actually done a significant amount of work on a few projects. The main one being, how visible is my sweat? Okay, that's not too bad. Wait. Okay. So the danger zone is hidden. Oh yeah, Snaps makes really good vids too. Check out her videos. I always forget she has really good videos. Check out her videos, please. They're really good. And yeah, you'll maybe make her make more too. So as far as what I'm working on, so I did do a ton of work in the last few months on a video about an AI company. I've mentioned it a few times. It's nowhere near finished. I'm waiting to see whether they go out of business or something. And also like I just have other things. But yeah, basically what I've been doing in the last few months is I've been enjoying focusing on other projects outside of the YouTube realm. And I haven't, been motivated to say, oh, I'm going to now watch The Sopranos. Because look, as soon as I do that, Do you know how many hours of work I'm going to be doing? It's going to be so much. So like, you know, Sopranos or other shows, all these different shows, like, and all these movies and stuff. And honestly, it's not my main thing. I'm sort of, you got to be inspired. You don't want to just do things just because it's like work. You got to be inspired. Lucia, thank you so much. Lucia Rinca Estevez. Wow, good job, sticker. Thank you so much. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. I don't always pronounce things correctly. Sometimes I mispronounce them as a sort of quirk about me, something unique about me. So I haven't been doing stuff for the channel as much. What I have been doing is I've actually been making tons of progress on other long-term projects. One of which I've talked about on the podcast is like a thing about relationships. Basically, I'm trying to use my mental health experience to talk about relationships and to talk about like how we navigate them, especially when there are conflicts in relationships, how we sort of meet our own needs and other people's needs at the same time. And it sort of is something that has been in the back of my mind for years. And I finally, in the last month, I actually finally did work on it, and like a lot of work. And I've been sort of like really chipping away at that. So I'm super happy about that. And I can't believe we actually hit 40,000. I actually wasn't sure what was going to happen. I was kind of thinking maybe like I'd go live and I don't know. Like a few more people would unsubscribe. You never know. Like that's kind of what happens. People like remember they're subscribed to you and they're like, what? That's what he looks like? Like I thought he was like 6'4" and like buff. Like what the fuck? So in addition to that sort of nonfiction writing, I've also been writing fiction, which is something that's hard to do with YouTube. It's hard to like find a way to translate fiction into YouTube, though I may do that in the future. But I've been really enjoying getting back into writing short fiction. And like, that's been a very nice thing. Very nice, fun way. So I've been doing tons of creative stuff. I've also been doing music, and I will probably be releasing some music for, channel supporters and whatever, but not anytime. I mean, actually, if you don't, oh yeah, wait, let me post this. Hi there, I'm actually Peter Gould. Yeah, your icon does look like Peter Gould. Hold on. Support. I'm trying to figure out how to post something, and it's really not cool. And follow the. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Everybody take a deep breath with me. Okay, let me just post this promotional comment. Wow, thanks, What's Therapy, for that comment. I'm going to pin that. That's a really great comment. So, yeah, what was I saying? So basically, yeah, lots of good stuff I've been enjoying doing, but no, I really haven't been working on a lot of YouTube stuff. I haven't been at all. I don't have anything that I'm like, oh, I got to work on that right now. So, yeah, I really have been just enjoying focusing on other things. And I encourage you to do that in your life. Take breaks from things when you want to. Now, next up, I want to talk about probably the scariest tech issue I've had in a little while. It wasn't too bad in retrospect, but it was a little wild. So I won't go maybe I'll get through it kind of quick. Okay. How's my audio?
Next.
Okay. Quite good. Will the beard return? Yeah, probably. Eventually. I'm really digging not having the beard. Yeah, that's another thing, actually. When did I shave my beard? No, that was well before the Breaking Bad video. That was... Wait. Oh, no. Yeah, I trimmed it back in October and then I shaved it some other time. And, okay, so tech stuff. So I am literally finishing creating the thumbnail for this live stream yesterday afternoon. I finished creating it and I go to make a community post. Or I finished setting up the stream even on YouTube, okay? And then so I create the stream and then I go to post the stream on community post and YouTube logs me out. Has never happened before. And I'm like, fuck? What? I can't post. I'm like trying to post and I can't post and I realize YouTube's logged me out. And I'm like, huh? Huh? It's basically my reaction. You could imagine me, but it was like that, but louder. Like, huh? So I'm like, okay, that's weird. I go to log back in. I'm like fully logged out.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me
And
alone.
what was that? Oh, someone subscribing to my Twitch. Nice. Thanks, Skills Healer. I go to log back in and they say that Google says they've detected malware on my computer. And I'm like, huh? That's not good. They've detected malware. And so they logged me out for my own safety. And I'm like, okay, I guess that could be worse. I guess I'm not being hacked, right? I don't think I'm being hacked, right? And so problem is, as I go to sign back in, well, so first of all, they're like, make sure you don't have malware. I don't fucking have an antivirus thing. I don't have antivirus software. Do people have antivirus software still in 2023? You have antivirus software? No, I don't have antivirus. The McAfee guy, when John McAfee died, I said that's the death of antivirus software. Okay? So I don't use it. It seems not right to do. I mean, he's dead. Come on. He was a very normal and well-adjusted person, and he's gone now. And I think we need to honor that by not having antivirus software. Don't forget the funny image. Okay, yes, thank you for the reminder. I could try to pull that up, but that was hilarious and did make it an easier situation. So YouTube signs me out, okay? This is the hero's journey right here. I'm telling you the hero's journey. So YouTube signs me out. I go to sign back in. I'm like, they tell me I have malware. I'm like, okay, I'll download an antivirus software. I fucking pay McAfee's ancestors and get a new version. No malware on my computer. Okay, so I'm like, cool. I'm gonna sign back in. I'm safe to sign back in. I sign back in, and they don't let me. Well, here's how specifically they don't let me. They first say they want to send me a security code. No problem. You want to send me a security code? Fine. And I did change my password. Thank you. They send me a security code, and I don't get it. And at this point, I'm actually like panicked. I'm like, because usually I get security codes on my phone, you know? I get them. And so I'm like, why didn't I get the security code? Because that's scary, y'all. I don't know if any of you have ever had an issue with Google, but like there is a certain point where like you can potentially get someone on the phone. There is a number. I forget exactly how to get it. It's like you search like Google One support or like Google support or there's like potentially a way to get someone on the phone, but that is not even that good. And like you really, Google is such a set up system that like if you don't fuck with Google, if you do anything wrong, and seriously y'all, if you make content or anything, get all your backup shit set up, get your Google connected to whatever, get your, to your phone, get your backup emails, get your this and that. Because if you don't have that set up, you can find yourself in a situation where you're actually like screwed and you have absolutely no recourse and you will not be able to access the account. And so that's like a scary situation. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I had a good run. As long as I'm not hacked in the video step. No, not really. But I'm stressed out. And then, perfect timing, I meet up with a family member to go to a show, an event, okay? Which is just perfect timing because I am in such a relaxed mood, not knowing whether I'll be able to sign back into my Google. Because, by the way, I'm not getting these security codes. I tried a few times. I say, no, I didn't get it. Resend it. No, I didn't get it. Resend it. Like an idiot or like unintelligent person. I think idiot is kind of a fucked up word historically, but like an unintelligent individual, I was like, oh no, send it again. I didn't get it. Send it again. And so Google gives me like 3 tries and they're like, cool, no thanks. You can wait a few hours now. So I'm like, okay, I'll go out to this show with my family member. Obviously, I'm in a great mood. I mean, the uncertainty of like, okay, when I get back from the show, what did I change that made me think, oh, I was still able to get logged into my account on another device. I did like update a backup email. I sort of made sure my phone was connected properly, blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it again when I get home. And I get home after having as good of a time as I guess I could in that context. I get home immediately. I'm like, I actually had to pee really bad. I fucking had to pee so bad. But even before peeing, I go to my laptop and I'm like, okay, can I sign in? I try the same thing. Send the security code. Don't get it. I go pee. I'm kind of freaking out. I'm kind of like, what do I do? I know not to continue telling them to resend it now, but I'm like, what do I do? It clicks that I might not have notifications turned on for Google on my phone. So this is the user error part in the story, because obviously that's a problem. So I realize that. I turn on all Google notifications on my phone. Boom, I get the security code. Now I'm like, oh my fucking God, great. I'm not logged out. Okay, great. So I get logged in and I'm back in. And if you're in the Discord, channel support or Discord, whatever, you're not missing much if you're not in the Discord. Don't worry. But like, I was talking to the Discord. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But I got back in. So then I am like, I post a live stream. Actually, some of you might have seen at like, I don't know what time it was, like last night. I like post a live stream again and then I deleted it again because what happened was I got logged out again. Same thing. We detected malware and logged you out for your own safety. And now I'm like, fuck. So luckily they actually didn't, so they logged me out, but like now I'm like, okay, I'm not permanently screwed, right? Because I do have my phone connected. I do get the notifications. I'm not going to be fully screwed here, but I need to figure out why I keep getting logged out or else I won't be able to live stream tomorrow, or like, I don't even know what's going on. Long story short, I think, and by the way, if you're bored by this, just go down to the settings, put this on ×2 speed, and just fast forward it. So I go, okay, logged in, then I get logged back out, what do I do? I start to realize, Google doesn't give you specific information. They say we detected malware, and then in the email I got from them, they say that there's an app that they know. So it's not clear if it's my device or an app that they think there's malware. But here's the thing. I was using the browser Brave for the last few months because Google Chrome stopped working for me in terms of playing YouTube videos. So I think for some reason related to cookies, or potentially for another reason I'll mention in a bit. So I started using Brave. Actually, it was recommended to me by a viewer, and I seriously, I do not blame the viewer at all. And thank you for recommending it to me still, because it did help me function for the last few months because I didn't have to figure out how to fix Chrome. But I should have just fixed Chrome by resetting the settings. If you have any thoughts or information about this, by the way, let me know. I know this is probably not the most interesting thing, but if you've used Brave before, let me know. I think Brave's not good. I don't recommend it because I think it's a little too ramshackle and slapdash. If you're a fan of the side channel, you'd know about that. More info on the side channel in a second. You're going to get a kick out of the side channel news. I have some wild side channel news. Wait, how does playback speed work in a live stream? I'm just messing with you. Okay, so I decide, okay, let me go back to Chrome. Maybe it's Brave. Maybe there's a Brave issue. So I go back to Chrome, I wipe it clean, and I wipe Chrome clean. I start over, and I sign back in, and I have not got signed out since. So Chrome seems good. Then I look this up. I say Google, Google logging me out, YouTube, Chrome. Sorry, those are the wrong keywords. I say like Google Brave logging me out, problem, malware, and it's actually a thing, and people have experienced this. Oh my God, we hit 40,000 subscribers. So so there's two. Oh yeah, let me know when you set it to ×2 speed. That's right, Snaps. I'll be like this. I'll be Ben Shapiro, and and I'll talk. Okay, so you'll think I'm really smart. Okay, so the moral of the story is Google owns everything, and you can't try to go up against them because they will dominate you, I guess, is basically the moral of the story. After my Myers-Briggs, I am an I was an INTP when I was younger, and then I tested myself as an adult, and I was an ENTP, which I thought was really cool. Oh, it does work if you're a few minutes behind. Interesting. And I think, I think that's cool. That's sort of like, it's like astrology in a way. It can give you some good meaning and be useful. So that was kind of the saga. I got back in, and I've just been really anxious about it for the last 12 hours, 24 hours. A friend came over, and I was like, every 30 minutes, I'm like, do you mind if I just check whether YouTube's logged me? So here's the other news, y'all. This is so this is way more interesting. I just had to tell you that story to get it off my chest. But this is way more interesting from your perspective. Oh yeah, everybody say your Myers-Briggs in the chat. Also, everyone say what up to each other. I told you all to say what up to each other. I don't think anyone said what up to each other. Say hi. Say something you like about each other's avatars. Okay, so this is wild. Okay, so if you know about the side channel, wait, is this a command? Oh no, yeah, here's the command. Yep, there's the side channel. So go ahead and click the side channel if you'd like to subscribe. So the side channel is where I post, wow, that's interesting that we would have a lot of similar Myers-Briggs. INTP, INFP, INFP. Oh, you use Brave and that never happened to you. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I think Google doesn't like Brave. Or there's a chance I actually had malware in my Brave, or have malware, you know what I mean, in my Brave browser. Wow, a lot of INTP, INFJ, ENTP. Very cool. That's what I am now. Apparently, I haven't taken it in a while. Oh, I got a nice little community here. So, or we, I guess I should say, we have a nice little community here. The real heads come out for these streams, you know what I mean? Not just the Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul stream. This is where the real heads come out. Okay, so here's what's going on with the side channel, okay? So the side channel, let me pull it up. I'm like afraid to pull it up. Let me pull it up just so we can look at it. So we can just freaking look at it. This is the side channel. You may have noticed I posted a video this past week, okay? Dr. Todd Grande is horribly wrong about... No, I don't even want to say the name. You might have... No. You might have noticed that I posted a long video where I heavily criticize this YouTube personality, Dr. Todd Grande. I think he is, as I say in my video, morally and intellectually bankrupt, and he's pumping out content for an extremely non-discerning audience or people who just agree with his absolutely unhelpful takes. So I posted this 4 days ago. and I get this message. So in the funny thing is, these stories are connected because did I like your delusions of grandeur pun? Yes, I did. Super slaps. And I definitely thought about doing. So he's obsessed with puns, Dr. Todd Grande, but he doesn't understand how they work. So he said, for instance, that Miranda Nauseates was a play on Miranda Sings. And he thought that was like a pun. But like, which like you could say it is, I guess, but it's not a pun. You could say it's a play on the word. And also he doesn't talk about her as nauseating. He doesn't talk about her in any way as nauseating. It is bizarre that he like pretends on the thumbnail that he does. He takes her side completely. It's really weird. So I went kind of rough on him. I went very rough on him. And he deserved it. So I get this message from YouTube in the process of trying to figure out why I can't get back into my What's Therapy account. I'm checking all my different emails, and I check my streaming account email, which luckily is a separate account completely from my main account for reasons I'm about to explain. That is very lucky. And by the way, if you like Dr. Todd Grande, I'm not trying to hate on you. I think some people don't realize. I don't think he lets on how toxic his views are in every video. Yeah, he's absolutely bizarre, and I not in a good way. I'm a weird guy in my own way, but yeah. Ariana Grande's father. Okay. Here's the email I get on my What's Therapy Streams account. Okay. Hi, This is from YouTube, by the way. Hi, What's Therapy Streams. To help keep our community safe, we limit some of our more powerful features to channels who have either built and maintained a positive channel history or who have provided verification. It's quite an or. We noticed some of your recent activity might not follow our rules. Your channel has lost access to advanced features. They really write like, sort of like Ernest Hemingway. How this impacts your channel, you won't be able to do things like get higher daily limits for live streams, shorts, and video uploads. I don't upload shorts. Embed live streams, pin comments, add external links to your video descriptions, and that's it. How to restore access to advanced features. To restore access, you can build positive channel history by following our community guidelines, or provide video or ID verification for quicker access. This may not be available for all channels. Thanks, the YouTube team. Now, if you're wondering what I did wrong, so am I. But I assume it's because I swore. I swore a lot. I was very, very activated and escalated. This is probably the most emotional I've been in a stream. I got pissed off. I was pissed off. It was really shocking to see this PhD of counselor education taking the side of someone who he admitted was not apologizing for her wrongdoing. He is morally and intellectually bankrupt. So I don't know if I swore too much, or there's a chance that YouTube just didn't like that I was targeting another creator in such a direct way. I know that that's something they don't like. They don't want their platform to be people picking each other apart. I sort of get that sense. But yeah, I just noticed this email from them as I was in the process of not being able to sign into my main account. I was completely unable to sign into my main account, and I noticed also in the process that my other account is being punished. So it was an interesting process. Go check out the side channel if you want. I have a lot of videos going back quite a while. I did swear a lot, and that's probably what it was. But yeah, check out these other videos. Oh, the Magnus one is so funny. This is what he said when they asked him about Russia invading Ukraine. Yeah, my Google Chrome is weird. I have to like refresh every video when it. Yeah, it's gonna work eventually. I'm quite sure of it, but didn't swear enough. I agree. Data Viz Quiz Math. Oh, maybe it just won't work. That would be funny if videos just didn't work.
It's rather more difficult, but yeah, just some generally you should not invade a foreign country. It's as simple as that.
That's so funny. I mean, it's not just funny. It's like very interesting. He was the world champion at the time, no longer the world champion, even though I don't think he's changed his YouTube channel from calling himself the world chess champion. A little slow on the draw there. But he's the world chess champion, and they're asking him after a game or a match or something, they're asking him what he thinks of an invasion that's literally taking place in real time. I'd say he found a good way to say something. By the way, just the one thing I wanted to add about tech stuff before we move on to more interesting things is I found an article that YouTube is testing a 3 strikes policy for ad blocking. And so YouTube is cracking down on ad blockers, and I think that might be part of what's going on. I think they might just be saying it's malware when it's ad blocking. Okay. For the next segment, that's right, we have segments, y'all. Let's go. Who likes segments in the house? That was a segment. Sometimes you announce it at the end. So I did say I went on my Patreon and on the YouTube members, and I was like, hey, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, I'll give you priority because you give me money. You give me money, so I'll give you priority, and you can ask any question and I'll respond. I didn't get any questions. That's okay. Kimberly did leave a very nice comment, very poetic. They say Rome wasn't built in a day, but they never said anything about a YouTube empire. That's right. I'm in the empire business. That's just a quote I made up. And I wrote for myself. And the other, it was for YouTube members. I also said they could ask any questions. I don't think anyone did. Oh, yeah, wait. No. Hey, thanks for paying me money. Do you have any questions? No. Okay, no one asked me questions from the YouTube. That's okay. Now we have 5 more YouTube members, thanks to Simply Snaps, as well as Renee, I believe it was. Yeah, and maybe someone else as well became a member. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This is great. This is so much fun. Okay, so speaking of which, before we get into the WTF playlist, let's get into the empire business a little ourselves.
Sam and Rusty told me to live my life. And, I'm not thinking about it as much as I used to. And
Okay, so have you seen this?
And,
first of all, Sam and Rusty told me to live my life is the funniest fucking non sequitur to open on for like some rich LA guy talking to his therapist. Like, that is so funny. Sam and Rusty told me to live my life. So we're gonna watch this hilarious Curb Your Enthusiasm sketch with Walter White, who I believe is playing another character. I'm a therapist, if you didn't know. I got a few comments on the new video. Like, okay, I should be honest. I got like 2 comments on the new video saying like, wow, we get it. You're a therapist. How many times do you have to say it? Which I think I said it 2, maybe 3 times in a 3-hour video. But it's like, I'm sorry. Larry David is going to personally have this stream shut down. Yeah, so here's what I have to do. I have to play it in like less than 10-second segments, or else the live chat replay will not show up because YouTube will require me to cut out this segment, and then they will also make live chat replay not show up because YouTube is a really good streaming platform. But yeah, I couldn't let go of watching this because like Bryan Cranston is playing a therapist in this, and I just think that's so perfect. I have to watch this, right? Okay, let's check this out. Oh, whoops, I'm in the chat by accident. Okay, I'll chat. Hi. Wait, everyone just say hi. You could have chat on the screen. I know, but that's a little risky.
You know, I'm not.
By the way, I've read Salman Rushdie, the book Satanic Verses. It's really good. I think he's a very toxic person. I've heard some stories about him being very abusive or mistreating the people in his life. So I don't think he's necessarily a great role model, but Satanic Verses was an absolutely unbelievable book. Really mind-blowing. I remember I read a lot of it at the laundromat. Should I just put the chat on the stream? I don't think it's necessary. Well, maybe it's... Nah, I don't think it's necessary.
Thinking about it as much as I used to, and so far, so
Salman Rushdie told me to live my life. That's still me. Like, oh, and I wanted to say Curb Your Enthusiasm is one of the best names for a TV show I've ever heard. I didn't even watch it. I watched it when I was younger. I haven't kept up with it. I don't watch a lot of things, as you can tell if you've heard me talk about things. But oh yeah, I will ultimately actually do a video about Price. I haven't even thought about that, but that's so yeah, whatever. But yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm is an unbelievably good name. It sort of feels like it kind of set the standard for like you can think out of the box with your TV show name. And now we have like things like I Think You Should Leave, you know?
so good.
That's great.
Oh, I know what I want to talk to you about. I'm having this dream.
Right.
I've had it like 3 times.
Yeah, he seems like he's thinking like I have something that I think maybe we should focus on more or something.
I'm in this room, and
Or he's like, why are you bringing this
there's
up?
all these virgins, beautiful virgins, my God, and they all want to have sex with me.
I have never ever had a client or anyone tell me about a dream like this.
Wow.
And I keep counting them up, and I can only count 71.
That's so funny. Wait. I'm sorry. That's kind of a weird connection that he mentioned Salman Rushdie, a guy who famously has criticized Islam in some of the most pointed ways I've ever seen. And then he also happens to be talking about a dream involving 72 virgins, which is like the stereotypical. I'm not gonna opine about that in the Islamic faith, but that is a weird connection I didn't notice the first time watching this clip. That seems like a unintentional thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't think with my head. 7, 8, 9, 10.
But it is a perfect dream for Larry David. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll start over. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're at the head count. Are you expecting more or less?
Are you expecting more or less?
Expecting 72.
What if you just miscounted?
It's so funny that like white people like who are not Muslim are just like aware of this like one thing about Islam.
That's a possibility.
So,
Wait,
were you
what?
what if you just miscounted?
That's a possibility.
So, were you tempted to have sex with
Well, I wanted to, but I was.
Were you tempted to have sex with them? Just wanted to say thank you for speaking up and sharing your opinion as a therapist, psychologist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm a social worker who works as a therapist in the US and probably other countries. You don't have to be a psychologist to be a therapist. And you can be a psychologist and not be a therapist, if that makes sense. It's sort of like different fields, psychology versus social work, and then therapist is like a job, but thank you. I really enjoy you're using psychology in a responsible way. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
was too concerned with the missing 72nd. That was the issue.
What's interesting to me is that I find you're focused on the number of women who apparently are very interested in you.
Seeing Bryan Cranston play a therapist is so much fun.
And yet, Larry, you seem preoccupied.
I'm just wondering Have you ever noticed the disparity in these two chairs?
That's very funny. And to be clear, Larry's right. Like, it would be absurd to give your client such a crappy chair. And, like, that's already a very pretentious chair for a therapist to have. The chair I have is just, it's less nice than this, but it's just like a desk chair. I mean, this is my chair at my home office. And at my other office, I have basically just like a black desk chair that I pull over and sit. And then my client has like a sort of, not a full couch, but like a 2/3 couch almost. I don't know what the term for that is.
Your chair is so much better than
That's not an acceptable chair for a client. It's mostly because of the high sides. Like what? How do they rest their arms on that? Like what? You're like in a prison. And also, where do they put a drink? Why do they not have a table? What? Is that a chess book? Oh wait, what book is that? That looks familiar.
this one.
It is Mr. Lambert. I don't know if you already did this and I'm blind, but I was curious. Do you intend or want to do a study of Gus's motives and thought processes? I mean, I probably won't. I think there might be I feel like I saw a good video about that actually. But no, I probably won't make any videos about that, but I might talk about it, here and there. My therapist, a social worker, saved my life. Y'all are so important. That's fucking dope. I'm really glad to hear that.
This is not a comfortable chair at all. Did you buy these chairs?
Yes, I bought both of them.
You picked out
I
both of
picked them out, yeah.
Well,
You can't. That's not acceptable.
what was going through your head when you picked out this chair? You picked out a great chair for yourself. That's a gorgeous chair. I would have that in my house. But this one, it's not comfortable. I'm constantly shifting from side to
This is a very good transference moment. This is a very good therapeutic moment, to really kind of use the therapeutic relationship.
side. You have the comfortable chair. You have taken the good chair.
It's interesting. You are the first and only patient who has ever said anything negative about that chair.
But that's not actually that interesting. That's not even Larry David's character being neurotic. That's just Larry David's character being confrontational and honest.
I don't find that
The book is Breaking Dawn. Thank you. Yes, I knew it was some famous book.
interesting at all.
Well, I do, and that's my job to find things interesting.
That's my job to find things interesting. That's not my job. That's not the job of a therapist. That's not the job of a therapist. How are we doing subscriber-wise? Oh, yeah. We're still good. Oh, okay. We're good. We got some breathing room. We got a little buffer.
Well,
Interesting with a chair.
I don't know what you're writing over there.
Chair issues.
Chair issues. So, do I take notes during appointments? No, I do not. Except the first appointment, I take notes, and I always say to a client, hey, is it cool with you if I take notes? I like to make sure I remember everything, and especially first appointment, get a lot of new information. Don't want to have to make people repeat things. No one's ever had any problem with it. Most people wouldn't have a problem if I write things during an appointment. Kind of. But well, I shouldn't say that. I think there's a way to communicate with people such that it's not sort of confusing and doesn't feel weird and awkward to do that. But I personally don't feel the need to constantly be taking notes during appointments with people. You take a note after the appointment, for insurance purposes and for your own purposes and so on. But also, one thing I've mentioned before, I think I want to ultimately maybe instead of taking notes, I want to get a little more comfortable communicating with clients around having a note, because sometimes it would help to make sure, when I meet with someone over teleconference, sometimes I'll have a note by me and be like, oh, okay, here are a few things I want to bring up. But I don't do it in person. I feel, but it wouldn't be weird. And so I think I just got to communicate, and it's not really a problem. It's not like I forget things, but it would be helpful to just have a few things. And I take my job really seriously. I genuinely take being a therapist very seriously, and I'm very honored and happy to have a job that's worth taking very seriously. So I always put at least 15 minutes in between all my appointments, and I genuinely don't think it's ethical for a therapist to do anything less. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes, fine. But to have your appointments be back to back, and then technically, here's the thing, technically therapy appointments in the US, and this is complicated, but they're usually 55 minutes, 53 plus, or you can do a shorter appointment. You don't have to do a longer appointment. Your therapist can bill insurance for shorter appointments. But usually they're 55 minutes. I just do hour-long appointments. I don't have the energy to be like, our appointment's 55 minutes. I just don't. I do hour-long appointments, and then I have 15-minute breaks at the minimum, and 15 minutes is not enough, to be honest. 30 minutes is ideal. So I'll see like 4 people in a day, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 3 or 2, but like about, 3 or 4 people in a day, and I'll get 30-minute breaks, sometimes a big lunch break, sometimes whatever, sometimes I take a day off, whatever. You sound like you're a damn good therapist. That's extremely kind, and I really appreciate it. I genuinely do my best, and I have been doing a lot of training and continuing education lately to try to make sure I'm doing my best. I'm reading the new DSM that came out last year, which is actually really, really interesting and readable. They updated the DSM last year to be like way more specific about a lot of things, like even more evidence-based, more clear, and there's so much more work to do. But like, it's really, you can learn a lot from reading the DSM-5 TR, text revision. Hi, I just want to say thank you for your videos. I look forward to more. Thank you, Kate is late. You are late to the stream. Not the theme. Fuck. Let's try that again from the top. Hi, I just want to say thank you for your videos. I look forward to more. Thanks, Kate is 8. Fuck, I fucked. Doing a joke, repeating it, I fucked it up again. Yeah, how are we doing on... Okay, we're good.
I think there's something deeper.
I don't think you're writing anything. I think you're...
No, I could show you.
Huh?
I could show you.
I could show you. By the way, you always have a right to see the clinical notes that your therapist takes. You have a right to see them. There are very fringe situations where a therapist can deny them to you, but that would not be the case for most situations. I should add, let me add there actually. I don't necessarily think you need to. And I've never had a client be like, hey, can I read your clinical notes just for fun? I think it could be kind of confusing to read about yourself in the third person, and it could be rewarding, but probably you'd want to just talk about the clinical notes with your therapist. It's not, like I write my notes such that if my client read them, they would not be surprised or put off by anything in them, but that's different than it being beneficial to read about yourself in the third person from this very like sort of objective clinical standpoint, so.
No, I mean, you're a nice man, but do you do that much?
I would love if someone like felt comfortable saying that to me.
Between you and me.
Don't you think that I do?
I would not respond that way. I would say, well, that's an interesting question. Do I do much? What I guess you're implying you don't feel that I do much. Is there anything more that you feel like I could be doing or should be doing or anything you're expecting? I definitely wouldn't be like, don't you feel that I'm doing much? Come on, Walter.
A significant amount of help to you?
Yeah.
Really?
May I be honest with you?
I hope that you can always be honest with me.
Well, I'm often never honest with you, but...
If you're lying to your therapist, you're probably wasting your time.
Here's what I'm proposing. I think you should go chair shopping. I think you need another chair.
Oh, sorry.
And you know what else? I'm willing to go chair shopping.
Larry David is obviously right that he should go chair shopping.
With you. Will you think about it?
I don't know, but I do know that the session is over, and
Okay, you could put a clock on the wall so you don't have to like abruptly look at your watch.
so we'll have to pick this up next time.
It's tough for you to have to look at that watch.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Isn't it? It must be a little awkward.
Oh, I'm not even gonna lie though. I used to do group therapies and group therapy sessions with like 20 people or something around that. And when I worked at a rehab, so it was all people in early recovery, and I would get good at looking at other people's watches to like quickly glancing at someone else's watch to determine what time it is. So it's like less obvious than looking at my own watch. So I would like glance at someone else's watch and, and by the way, if you catch your therapist looking at the time, that doesn't mean that they're hoping the appointment's over. Sometimes I look at the time to make sure I have enough time to like bring something up. You know what I mean? You don't want to assume that they're looking at the time because they want the appointment to end. We have to manage the time well. We don't want to bring up some big thing with 5 minutes left,
You know, I see it.
I know you see
can't
it.
sneak
I'm
a
not
wa-
trying to sneak it.
You can't. You're trying to do a little sneaky watch peek.
I'm not trying to do a sneaky watch peek.
He wasn't trying to do a sneaky watch beat. He was being extremely obvious about it to a fault.
I'm trying to be efficient with our time.
Why didn't you put a clock behind me so you could have a clock?
That's extremely true. That's what every therapist does. Yeah.
You know when the time's up. But
Nevertheless, it is over, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again
Sounds like they're not getting a lot done, I gotta be honest.
next week.
So you got big plans for the weekend?
I also don't like I don't yeah I'm often like, oh, so would you like to meet next week? Like there are people I meet with every week or every 2 weeks and like rarely sort of change that up, but I still try to make it clear like they can change it up at any time and it's not assumed and it's flexible.
This weekend and all through next week, my wife and I go out every single night to a different restaurant.
Wow. That's I don't remember this part of the story.
Because it's truffle season. It's wonderful. Do you like truffles?
No, I loathe them.
The bougiest therapist ever.
They're disgusting.
Oh,
To each his own.
to each his own.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Larry.
Okay. And by the way, anytime you want to get rid of me as a patient, just say I've had enough. It'll be okay.
That's Larry doesn't seem very open to working on his his approach to things. The therapist just has like all these novels. Yo, is this like an issue with like the show Curb Your Enthusiasm? Like, did they not take the time to get these are like Harry Potter books? And then Dan Brown, James Patterson, like no therapist is gonna have just like a shelf full of novels. You're gonna have things that at least make you look like you read about your profession.
Okay with me.
Dear God.
So anyways, that's Walter White. He's now become a therapist. Have you thought about ways how to make therapy office more comfortable for the client? Oh yeah, I'm always wanting my office to be comfortable for clients. Yeah, they have a nice comfy little couch. And, good sunlight and good temperature. Okay, so we reached 40,000 subscribers. We're just on the cusp, but we are there. Do you think a phone call session with a therapist once a month is a good use of therapy, or would you recommend human interaction or more phone call sessions? Totally depends on where you're at. I gotta be honest. Like, I've done that with people. It's pretty rare. That's what we would say is a very low level of care. But depending on where you're at, it could be fine. Phone call is like less connection than teleconference, which is less connection than, being in person. But, you can, okay. But, it really depends. It depends on if you're getting your needs met and yeah. Did you hear about the aliens? I honestly haven't looked that much into it. That's another thing I'm going to talk about on the podcast tomorrow. I'm going to just talk about a bunch of stuff I don't know anything about. It sounds like there's some people testifying about things like that. And I mean, I certainly believe it's possible there are aliens. I'm very skeptical of the government being like, hey, we want to admit that they're aliens now. I'm very skeptical of that. More on the podcast tomorrow, on the Verbal Journal podcast for channel supporters on Patreon and YouTube members. Okay, so now we're going to, as we wait to hit 40,000 subscribers, we are going to watch my WTF playlist. So the first video shows up. It's a Papa John. So my WTF playlist is 57 videos, which I've been adding videos to because YouTube suggests a lot of weird videos to me, okay? And so I've just been putting them in a playlist when I find them interesting or funny or weird or whatever. And I wanted to watch them with you all now to celebrate, okay? We've been live streaming now for over an hour, and I think it's about time I get into the WTF playlist. How do you all think about that? What do you all think about that?
We don't promote or advocate people eating a whole pizza.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Stay tuned.
Right after the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind.
That is such a classic. 15 million views from 17 years ago. So those were the first two videos in my WTF playlist. Papa John's does not advocate eating a whole pizza, and then gay Mount Everest. This is like how does that happen?
Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind.
He's blind. How do you mix those up in your head? How do you mix those up in your head? Like, how do you mix those up? He's gay, but he's blind. I like that she repeats it.
But he's gay. He's blind.
Okay, next one.
So we'll hear about that coming up.
Okay, as we head to the break, I'll look at the 6 o'clock.
Russian elections are rigged. Political opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated from participating in the electoral process.
Maybe she found out someone else was gay. I think that's a good guess. Yeah, she must have been talking about someone being gay, like that day or something. That's the moment Papa John became a husband.
The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq. Anyway.
Let's watch that one more time.
A wholly unjustified...
Wait, hold on. From the start of the clip. Or from the start of the sentence.
Absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq. Anyway.
George W. Bush is responsible for hundreds of thousands of Iraqis' deaths. And he knows that on some level. No, this is years later. So this is from like in the last year or two. Just to be clear, I should have set that up. This is from the last year or two. Obviously, because this is from the most recent invasion of Ukraine, I believe. I mean, he's a war criminal, as every president is. Like, he is responsible for so many deaths. And the fact that it can come out in that way is just so interesting to me.
And the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq. Anyway.
At first, his brain is going, oh, that's funny that I mentioned Iraq. And then his brain goes, wait a second. The context of that was I was just saying one man launched a brutal invasion. So actually, that's not that funny anymore. I did read a whole book about Freudian slips, and I think they're not necessarily the most important category of things. But, you know, sometimes we obviously do reveal information about ourselves through slips in our speech.
75.
75. Yeah. The truth starts coming out, I guess.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Okay, I don't really know who made this video. But anyways, next video.
Anyway.
Let's watch that one more time. And if I don't get to every chat, please feel free to respond to each other too, because I yeah, that's always good. Oh, why did they bring George Bush? Why did they bring George Bush Sr. to the World Series? Like, is a fair question. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know why YouTube showed me this. Do y'all know this guy? YouTube shows me this too.
High notes can be hard to distinguish because there's no point of reference for them, especially when you go off the end of the piano.
Beautiful voice. Beautiful speaking voice.
So it can be hard to tell one octave from the other. Even sometimes I can play a C4 and not sure if I'm playing middle C or not, or singing middle C or not. Oh, that's supposed to be middle C, C4, C5.
Wait, which one is it?
Singing middle C or not.
Wow, that's middle C.
That's supposed to be middle C, C4, C5. Now, what can distinguish the voice here is that my voice will go through a transition, especially now since I'm not very well warmed up, from about G5 up to C6. So we'll go from C5.
Wait, you can't do falsetto, right? That's cheating?
There's a G. And that's the top of the piano that I have here.
That's what he's playing. Well, let someone buy this man a fucking keyboard.
The C6. I'll go through the transition. From there,
Oh,
I'll
he's
try
doing falsetto.
to go higher.
Is that my dad likeness doesn't get? No, he does have. This guy does sort of have similar likeness to me, and does. Yeah, it does vaguely look like my dad. Falsetto is not cheating. Okay, thanks. Whoa, that's hard. Whoa.
There's the C7. And from that's the sound.
Nope, that's the highest I can go.
It's a lot like the C6, although I've gone up the octave. C6 I'll do again. So 4.
I'm in headphones, have some mercy, I'm sorry. E7, that's dolphin core.
Sorry, that was
Oh, F7, my bad.
F8. 7. 8.
I love his attitude. I don't know anything about the guy. Okay, next video on our journey here through the YouTube of WTF. Hold on. What is this? Oh, you.
Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out.
Does anyone know the backstory on this?
Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out. Hey guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out.
I honestly, like, this guy's not being that weird. Like, it's kind of normal to look at someone, like, filming something.
Guys, I'm in New York City just hanging out.
Is this staged? Okay, next up. Well, one
hey
more
guys,
time.
I'm in New York City just hanging out.
What's this? Oh yeah, classic.
Как мы знаем, самые известные диджеи играют транс. Ведь это именно то направление, о котором мы
Wait, why do I have the 2-minute version? This has 9.4 million views.
могли насладиться сегодня, здесь и сейчас.
I don't need the full version. Let's go to the funny guy. Okay.
Очень мало народу, мадам.
Погоди.
Очень. Беспонтовая музыка.
I forget why this is funny. Oh, it's like what he does at the end.
Заходил. Было намного лучше, но на этот раз как-то не удалось. Во-первых, народу мало, музыка не очень.
А что за направление?
What is he saying again? Because I feel like the version I'm used to has like English captions.
Направление?
Oh yeah, she's like saying like, what do you think about like the problems in the world? And he's like, hey, when there's music, like I don't care about the problems. Is that basically it? My Russian friend in the chat?
Какое направление?
Что за направление музыки играется?
Like just true joy, you know? Beautiful.
Russian robotic is...
You seem nice too. I have to refresh every page because YouTube is weird on Google Chrome for me. Whoa, who is this again? Andre Antunes. What are they saying though? Are they actually referencing System of a Down? Like, are they singing like a Hindi version of System of a Down? They have beautiful voices. Oh, that goes so hard. Let's fast forward. Oh, damn, that's so cool. Do we still have 40,000 subscribers? No! Yes! Okay. Oh, they must be singing System of a Down, actually. Because the way they changed to like halftime. They aren't referencing them, but they do sound like Serge. So they're not. Okay, okay. Wow, then it just happens to work when it goes to halftime? I'm a little skeptical. I'm going to need someone who speaks Hindi to clarify that. Okay. This is to celebrate the World Cup going on right now, which has been super fun to watch. Is there any match on today? That might be fun.
Está descansando. Hay un perrito. Hay un perrito.
¿Hay un perrito?
Ahora lo están llamando para que salga. Salió el perrito de la cancha. Sí. Fíjate que Karen Araya en ese tiro libre conversaba con Camila Sáez. Yo creo que intentó buscarla.
So who brings their dog to the stadium?
Porque es una de las mejores cabeceadoras que tiene la selección chilena. Walter Guillermo ya sale de la cancha el perrito para dejar jugar acá en este empate 0-0.
He took whatever they were singing and put System of a Down riffs under. Fair enough. System of a Down is one of my favorite bands growing up. Like one of my longest favorite bands. I loved them when I was like really young, like 13, probably 14. Hypnotize. I think I got into them a bit before Hypnotize came out. And it was incredibly inspiring, and it's cool that they're actually like really, really good and they hold up. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah.
Pero Cáceres. La pelota para Jennifer Jiménez. Presiona Jenny Acuña. Por ahora estamos sin goles. El marcador con las pipas abiertas acá en la granja. Avanzando, desbordando Gutiérrez. Se le escapa en el control. La envía hacia afuera Karen Araya. Hay saque de costado al lateral vino tinto. Y el perrito quiere sacarse una foto con Tiane Elder. Todos querríamos ser ese perrito, Javi.
Se está regaloneando con nuestra capitana. Se pone de espalda.
Oh, that looks like such a good dog.
Para que le hagan cariño. Cuando ahora sí se levanta la banca alguna de la alternativa que tiene José Letelier. Y miren, se va a empezar con el árbitro. Vamos a ver quién logra sacar a este perrito.
Oh, what a good dog.
Bueno, ahí está la árbitra también de este partido, Débora Cruz. La
Nope,
imagen tierna
not gonna work.
de esta jornada.
Not gonna work. That dog wants to play. Wow, what a, and this dog knows that people are cheering for it, right? Like this dog knows like everybody's cheering for me right now. Like it doesn't know that it's interrupting a game, but it does know that everyone's cheering for it. That's my personal opinion. That's my professional opinion. As a dog whisperer.
El fútbol porque este perrito está más difícil de marcar que todas las rivales en la cancha. Sí, tiene
I think they just said it's difficult to get the dog.
buena magia, buen enganche. ¿Y el regalón?
Oh.
¿Y el regalón?
Why?
La consiguió
Oh,
Javier.
is soccer really that important? Come on.
Ahí está nuestra heroína entonces para que pueda seguir el fútbol.
That's a big dog.
Vemos, perrito Walter, que te vaya bien. Fernanda Pinilla también ahí ayudando.
Someone hold that dog.
Entre todas colaboran para sacar al cachorro.
Okay, next video. We have a lot of work to do here. Oh wait, who is this by again? Is this Daniel Cups? Yeah, everybody go check out Daniel Cups. Wait, I actually want to share. I should be sharing all the ones, but Daniel Cups is like a much smaller channel, like makes amazing work. Go subscribe to his stuff. It's so good. And he has like all this really amazing stuff he puts out. Let's see if the video plays.
I don't know what's been going on with me, man. I've been sliding downhill lately. Or is it uphill? Isn't downhill easier? Anyways, I've been having a hard time. Not sure what to do about it. Been trying to find joy, but I can't really shake this.
I haven't watched all these videos, by the way. So, and some of them I have, and some of them I forget if I have. So, I'm like, this is gonna be dope, but I forget why and when and how.
I've been to...
All right. How about doing this? Maybe that will help you shake it.
What? No, I'm actually struggling here, man. Come on, give me something a little more constructive. Damn.
Remember, you're not trusting your synchronicity, and there is too much insistence on the outcome. When you hit a so-called wall, don't define it as a wall. Define it as an arrow pointing in an unexpected direction that is actually the path of least resistance.
Wow.
Right.
This is really weird.
Path of least resistance. Synchronicity.
Pay attention to your synchronicities and define them in a positive way. Then you'll have a positive flow and a positive experience.
I don't love that type of input.
And then there'll be nothing to shake off.
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, thanks, Drablarvis. I can always count on you.
I know. Astonishing, isn't it? How things can make sense when you just look at them a different way. When you let them be.
Jablarvis! Wow. See? That was so smart to say.
Wait, I want to show you a different one by this guy, Daniel Cups. Yeah, it is sort of toxic positivity. It's also just like, to me, it wouldn't be the most helpful perspective. Schrodinger's prophet? Like, cause, yeah. This is all original, everything about it. Wow. I mean, like, that's just, there is nothing like this. You should look up Ben Levin. Okay, I will. Bill Wirtz. Okay, that sounds familiar too. Well, yeah, check out Daniel Cups. Where were we? Oh, this is good. So yeah, German police trying to mess with protesters, get caught in the mud, and then one of the protesters dressed as a wizard. Obviously, I would never condone that. I don't even find it entertaining or funny. Sound is a bit laggy. Oh, that's good. Let me check. One of the protesters dressed as a wizard. I don't see it. Polizei? They're throwing mud at the cops. I would never endorse that or find that entertaining or funny. I would never find this interesting or funny or entertaining or... Because obviously the police, you should respect them and do whatever they say. Because they just, you know, enforce the peace and stuff. That's why they're dressed like that.
How did it run? I have not. I have had my phone turned off, so
I didn't know Greta Thunberg was there.
I can't comment on anything I don't know about.
And now you're doing gym here?
No. I'm sorry, I don't.
She's one of the most successful people, I think, in the entire world. Just an absolutely amazing career at such a young age, promoting literally one of the most important causes, if not the most important.
I don't want to answer questions right now.
What? Okay, I had not watched that full clip. So this is footage from 1920s that's been color restored. It's kind of crazy to see, right?
Oh dear. Well, you got this right. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
It's really wild to see old footage with color. It really helps you understand it's like real. Wow, Netherlands. Wow, that's how they cleaned their feet, in buckets. Wow, English Bay, Canada. Wow, look at everybody with their hair in containers. I I wonder if any of these people, some of them must be still alive, but it must be tough because that's a long time ago. It's hard to live that long. It's a real challenge. Okay, what's the deal with the hair stuff? So everybody just covered their hair back then? Is it? It's not a modesty thing. Is it like you don't want the ocean water to? Atlantic City. This might be some of your grandparents. Or like great grandparents.
You can always see my reflection.
Wow, from all around the world too. Who shot this? Why is it only one? Okay, I don't know. Wow. Wow. Cars were so much cooler looking back then. Wow. Oh, it's a vintage fashion and beauty archive. That's why it was focused around people, I guess, who are mostly women, I guess, or for whatever reason. Cool. Okay, well, we have a lot more to watch. What's the next one? Amish people moving a building? Only 9 million people have seen that, so I'm glad I could expose it to a larger audience. Wait, it's 21
Birds, yeah. We're good to go now. Man ställer graderna ska till väg. Då tar man stopp på ett annat ställe. Men då all grader.
Amish people kind of like set the fashion trends, I feel like.
Oh, next stop is to get us off road. Yeah, next stop is this sub road, and then pick up this sub.
All right, let's see. Who's filming it? It can't be an Amish person, right?
You know what? Is that came up? So easy.
Okay, so they're moving a building by carrying it. That is so cool. I would be honored to be a part of that. Wow.
Back to the left.
Take a left. Are they gonna turn? Wow. Wait. It's like quite a long video. Are like Amish people allowed to film things but not edit them?
Pillars?
Wait, why do I know that song? What does that sound like? And the chord progression, what is that? Wager with Angels. No, I don't know that song. Oh, Wager with Angels, Amish, got a cool hat, they're building.
Oh, Nora.
So this video is called, wow, Martin just gave £5. Thanks, Martin. Cool avatar. Did you make it? Or that's very cool. Oh no, that's probably from a anime or comic of some kind. Thanks so much for the £5. I'll spend it on YouTube Premium if they finally make it so you can't use ad blockers. So this is called Two-Year-Old Sister.
Leave me alone.
Two-Year-Old Sister's solution to the trolley problem. Okay, so obviously I talk about the trolley problem in part 2 of the Better Call Saul series. And I'm very curious about how this 2-year-old comes up with it.
Uh-oh, Nora. This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way? Or should we let the train go that way? Which way should the train go?
That.
Show me.
Well, you should say why also, because the reasoning is very important. He just goes, show me. Yeah, I do still stream on Twitch. Yeah, feel free to follow. I do it pretty, you know, every now and then. No, don't do it. No.
Wait, I'm gonna move this right there.
That's actually so cool. I haven't watched this before. I didn't know what she did. Wow. Wow. That's obviously breaking the rules and not, you know, you're not allowed to do that, but it's okay. Wonder what she would. I'd love to see the same person as an adult kind of reflect and be like, okay, here's what I now think you should be. She's like, now I think we should put all 6 of them on this other track. Forgot to add messages. Wanted to say, keep up the incredible content. May really enjoyed the Better Call Saul series and now have notifications on. Hell yeah! You might be one of the 39,999 subscribers. That's really interesting. There was not a real attempt to explain the full, you know, context of the trolley problem, obviously, but, you know, like that's a constraint you're not allowed to do.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
So I think he's at some, you know, I assume someone's asking him about like how he worked through problems and, you know, the beginning of his like terrible career and so on. And he goes,
but it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past.
And I'm sorry, but like, but I was just referring to myself in the past is not helping you beat the alien charges. But I was just referring to myself in the past, and so I used the past tense, and you are finding it comical because it aligns with a theory about myself.
Not that I was not human.
And by the way, I think he's a human being.
People say that time heals all wounds.
I didn't just splatter paint, I was my paint.
So you can start to see why I called this playlist WTF.
Yes! Hey, I just got my license!
Hey, I'm getting mine next.
Hey, I doubt it.
Okay, see ya.
Why did I put this on the playlist? This is kind of...
Excuse me, miss.
I don't want to have to report you again.
I was just wondering, is it the homework pencil on the left side of the paper next to the quiz pencil?
Why did I put this on the I mean, SpongeBob is great, but... I watch the Schmidt Ocean channel on YouTube if you don't know them and you like... I think I've seen a pelican yawn before. I've visited this... Next! Thank you, next. Oh yeah, this is the Eric Andre Show's character-breaking moments.
Grizzly bear. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Welcome to the show.
So I guess they don't know when stuff like this is set up. There's like a whole petition online to have Adult Swim release the unedited footage of Eric Andre because they just, it's such short segments in the final clip. I don't think they'll ever do it. I mean, maybe they'll find a way to monetize it, but it's probably really messed up stuff. Probably makes them look kind of bad in a way.
This is still safe, right? I no longer am a fan of this bit.
Oh, okay, they knew the bit was going on. Okay, that's enough.
Beat Saber has a passionate community.
Oh, I love Beat Saber.
So do I.
Wait, that was rude. That wasn't a toad. Why does it say toad, but it's not a toad? That's just someone screaming. I thought it was gonna be an actual toad. Oh yeah. So, oh, it's German. Railroad tank car vacuum implosion. I thought this was good, sort of Breaking Bad content, right? Right? Because of the railroad car, right? It's late in the UK, but wanted to stop by to say I love your videos. They're so great, and I hope you feel like making more. Oh, thank you so much, Gregor. Yeah, go to get some sleep. But I really appreciate you saying that. I definitely will be making more. It's just gonna probably be a while, but definitely gonna be making more. And yeah, y'all feel free to stay tuned, as Papa John said.
760. Gewonnen habt, Herr Dr.
Wow. That's wild. Okay, this is Tobey Maguire paparazzi rage, but with Spider-Man 3 music.
Let him go, you can't see! We got you blocked! Let him go, you can't see! You can't block him in, guys!
This is really messed up. Paparazzi should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. There's no way that you have to be a paparazzi person to make a living. I have a very hard time with that. If it's really the only way you can make money, okay, fair enough. But it's so unethical, just such boundary violating behavior, and I fully take Tobey Maguire's side in this.
It's against the law! Go! No. You guys need to back up. I can't see the cars. Okay, guys.
And they're just like laughing at him and messing with him, and he's got a passenger and stuff.
You can't see the cars. They got the fuck out of the way. I can't see. There are cars.
And people being like, oh my god, this celebrity freaked out at paparazzi. I almost always take the celebrity's side. Obviously, there are times when it's excessive. Don't get me wrong.
There, motherfucker. Get out of the way. They're stopping for you, dude.
Not excessive at all. Perfectly proportionate response as far as I'm concerned. They should be ashamed of themselves. And they will be after they watch my live stream. Next video.
Just kind of stumbled up on this beautiful example of a riptide. Normally you don't see a riptide on shore like this. Normally they happen out deeper, and though they're actually happening close to shore, but they tend to trap people close inside. But then it pulls them out, and they panic as they're getting pulled out. But this is getting a good example here. Look at this wave come up off the beach, off the shore here. The waves are growing today.
This is very interesting. I don't know if I get it yet. Let's see.
Another tropical storm out there. But as the waves come up, here goes one, the water begins to search for a place to get out. It can't stay right there, typical as it does on the other side of the sandbar in between shore. And it runs, and it searches, finds its place, and then runs out. And this spot right in here is where people typically have trouble.
God, I want to be there so bad. That seems so dope.
You know, it's normally in waist to chest deep of water, and the power's too great. Right now I'm standing in it, and
oh, that would feel so good.
Not much power, but
it's like. How about we do a little bathroom break, everybody? I mean, you could go to the bathroom whenever you want, obviously. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna come back, watch another 31 videos. And then maybe talk about some things related to life. And then how are we doing on subs? Hell yes. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. Everybody have a good time. Talk to each other. Enjoy yourselves. Call your family or friends. Drink some water. And yeah, I'll see you quite soon. On the other side of a break. The stream is on a break. How was your break? How was everybody's break? Oh my god, how was your break? Oh my god, how was your break? How was your break? I did make the music. Thank you everyone for your kind words about the music. Let's check the audio. Good, okay. I do. I make music on Ableton. I used to make music on GarageBand, Logic. Now I use Ableton. If you have disposable income and you want to support the channel, you can check out the Patreon, YouTube members. I have a lot of extra music. You can check out... wait, do I have a band? Wait, is there a... Hold on. Do I have a Bandcamp command? Do I have a Bandcamp command? Yeah, so check out the Bandcamp if you want to see more music. Oh, nice. You can download it for free and stuff. I forgot how I had it set up. So thank you for everyone who said nice things about the music. I do really enjoy making music. I have a huge... I have so many songs that I've made over the years, but I really just love it. It's such a great way to spend your time. And I'm sure some of you are very creative too and make music. And yeah. Top 5 bands or artists? Oof, that's a good question. Let me see, let me say lately, and I have to pull up Spotify. Lately, who are my favorites? Oh, Clark put out an amazing album called Sus Dog. Fever Ray, I mentioned in the Breaking Bad video. Animal Collective has some new music coming out. They're one of my favorites. Mitski, I can't wait to hear her new album. I haven't heard the new single yet, but I love Mitski. TV on the radio. I like some of the Arctic Monkeys stuff a lot. Hiatus Coyote, Jens Lenkman, One O Tricks Point Never, Fleet Foxes. Robert Wyatt is one of my favorites. I'm reading his biography. Spencer Krug, Kendrick Lamar, Beach House, Jabuki, the Mars Volta, Robert Wyatt again. Caribou, Rafter, Yaysayer, Nadia Tehran is amazing. Hayden Thorpe, his solo act. I forget what the name of his band was. Flying Lotus, The Books, Rafter, Deerhoof, Dirty Projectors, Anderson Paak, No Age, Menomina, Christian Scott, Karen O from Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Tim Fight, Solange, Shushu, Panda Bear, obviously, Daniel Johnston, Destroyer, Bon Iver, MGMT, The Microphones. My favorite, so I have a whole video about Animal Collective. If you are interested, I do have a whole video about Animal Collective. I mean, probably my favorite album. I mean, it's so hard to say. I mean, probably, I don't even know how to say. I really don't even know. I mean, maybe even like Sung Tongs, honestly. But like, all their stuff is great. Time Skips is great. All their new stuff is always great. Everything's good. I love everything they make. Your friend keeps saying Saul is literally Mitski. That's hilarious. Actually, that's really funny. All right, let's keep watching some videos.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Billy. That hurt.
Oh, this is so fucking wild. Some high school game. So all the comments are saying what I immediately noticed, which is he doesn't get the shot off in time. It's an amazing finish, but I'm sorry, he very clearly doesn't get the shot off in time if you watch basketball. There's like a fraction of a second. He doesn't get it off in time. Oh, I'm sorry, they just trampled someone. Like, Jesus Christ, y'all. Guys, be careful. Like, I don't care if you're in high school. You still have to be careful.
You do it.
Bye.
Why are there so many bear videos? I think YouTube just suggested me a lot of bear videos. Okay, it's not clearly after the buzzer. It's not clearly after the buzzer. That's an overstatement. You're right. You're right. It is after the buzzer, but you'd have to slow it down to see. But I mean, should we see? All right.
You do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the hands there. And the buzzer's already been going for like a few milliseconds. But you're right. It's not clearly.
Bye.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. And why is there a bear? Like, it looks like someone's farming bears. Is that where bears come from? Do you like plant them in the ground and farm them? Honestly, where do bears come from? Oh, I have another one by Andre Antunes.
Have you ever had a dream that you wanted to do so much you could do anything?
I have had a dream like that, actually.
The worst idea, just to go into the Reds.
Oh, so this is from very recently, a few months ago.
Oh. I don't quite know what that was for.
So I just want to say, I don't follow snooker, but I know that this is from the Just Stop Oil organization. I absolutely am completely in support of these types of protests. I love chess. Let's say they disrupted like an important chess game and it had to get delayed. Maybe they do it at a really critical time. I don't care. That's the whole point of protests. It's disruptive. It's non-violent. It's disruptive. And they're right. We need to take care of our planet. It's more important than any of this stuff. So very cool. Just stop oil. Very cool. Nice. Yeah, fuck it.
A massive concern. I'm hoping to tidy that up. But
oil makes life possible. Electric cars are for simps. Yeah, I'm not simping for electric cars. Though they are very quiet and I love that. I don't think we need oil to make life possible. I actually think that's a little bit scientifically inaccurate.
Ainsley pushes and...
I mean, at the very least, you have to think about future generations. And these heat waves and these floods. Talk about making life possible.
Pushes.
Come here. Push it over.
The cart does not...
Disagree on the methods. This just makes people hate them and think their opinions are stupid without even hearing them. My brother, for example, ignorantly hated them. I agree with the message, not method. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, there's definitely a fair conversation to be had about that. Yeah. Maybe you have to really think about what types of disruptions are worth doing. Pouring the whatever on the Mona Lisa was pretty cool. But the thing is, I don't know how else to reach people with the message. It's not so easy.
Not get any closer to her mother.
People are so complacent.
Push it.
People really they don't flex their brains enough to think about future generations, which is super.
Is that a special cart?
Oh, so they're standing on the carpet and the thing can't move while they're standing on the carpet because they don't yet have that sense of self. I was reading some neurological information recently about the developing sense of self. I honestly don't think it's stuck. I took some notes. I got to review it, but you do. Yeah, it is very interesting to study when children develop a sense of self, and it's, I feel like around a few years or something, but yeah. Yeah, the baby human. Yeah, the juvenile human.
A special card.
Next comes 14-month Oscar.
Come show me. Come show me.
He too
And
can't
then his shirt matches the top of the frickin' shopping cart.
figure out why the cart won't move. Out of frustration, he tries to climb into the cart.
Okay. Indirect way to test a sense of self, I feel like.
It has something to do with the mat, but doesn't...
I don't recall offhand how the studies I was checking out were looking at sense of self. I don't remember if they were going into that or if I was just seeing stuff like that referenced in a literature review at the beginning of articles.
You push it to Mama.
18-month Jonathan pushes once and steps off the mat.
Oh, 18 months! Yo! The virgin 16-month-year-old versus the Chad 18-month-year-old. Okay, that's probably not the right language to use. But you get the meme.
Quickly figured out that he's the one who is the obstacle to moving the cart.
There's got to be a better way to phrase that meme without using the weird word virgin, which I just hate using.
Suggests that he is aware of himself and his body. Analyze the problem.
Analyze the problem, Abigail.
It takes her no time to understand that if she is standing on the mat, there is no way...
Let's get an Abigail in the chat. Wow. This mom's like, nice. I thought my kid might have been dumb.
Solution is to roll up the mat.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
From this, researchers have concluded that baby humans become aware of themselves only after 18 months of life.
Okay, it's not that rigor. It's not like that specific, but yeah, okay.
Life.
Yeah, I think 1 to 2 years, is when you start developing your sense of self and the fact that you're separate from the entities around you.
Look at that girl.
Yeah, I would figure this out really quick. I gotta be honest. You put this in front of me right now, I would say I'd figure it out. I mean, look, I'd push it for a few minutes first. It was like the story I was telling with realizing my Google notifications weren't turned on my phone. I figured it out, eventually. Soy versus Chad is the most common alternative. Thank you, Soda. That's good. I like your avatar, too. It's very nice.
Hi, Mommy.
Good job, Abigail. So I get a lot of comments from people saying, hey, I don't have enough nightmares. Can you, show me nightmarish content? I mean, it's interesting to watch this after the one we just watched, because this is such a good example of human ingenuity. Like, the mixture of these sort of, whatever, groaning tubes or whatever they're called, these little, like, musical tubes you turn and then they make a noise. The mixture of that, which is already kind of ingenious, with a bicycle, it's amazing. Yeah, if you don't know, so these are just these weird musical tubes that some company or someone made up. I can't tell you how they work. No idea. This is one of the most artistic things I've ever seen. Like if Jesse and Jane like got to go to more museums, like they would have seen this type of thing. Trying to keep my viewers. That's a very pleasant sound, right? Kind of ASMR. Oh, y'all know this person? Hydraulic Beanbag? Holy fuck. I gotta share some of these links. And yeah, I will make the whole playlist link public after we finish going through it. But yeah, some of y'all probably know Hydraulic Beanbag. Just absolutely amazing animator and like really interesting art. Oh, I forgot it was Trolley Problem themed. This is called 2 a.m. at Denny's. So hard. I know a bunch of these videos have been like heavy metal themed. I'm not against it, but I don't even listen to heavy metal. It's just like these videos go so hard. What's up, Denny's? So fucking hardcore. You ever thought of doing in-depth character analysis on characters' specific mental health, for example, on Gus's sociopathy or something? No, and I think about this a fair bit where it's like I make the point in Breaking Bad, I think in my Breaking Bad video that like it's less of a question of what diagnosis they have compared to the fact that it's untreated. And like, I would only be interested in talking about potential diagnoses if it feels like the show or the media is coding for that diagnosis. Otherwise, it's not that interesting to be like, oh, this character like seems like they might have this. If it's like part of the show, then we can talk about, oh, it's interesting how the show discusses this diagnosis. But sort of if I was thinking about Walter and thinking like how, yeah, he does fit every criteria of antisocial personality disorder. But it's not that interesting to be like, oh, it seems like he has antisocial personality disorder. It's not really worth doing. And so it's, I can say, oh, he fits the criteria, but what information does that really tell us? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's part of the show exactly. I mean, what's part of the show is the stuff I talk about him being depressed, having fixations, having obsessions. His antisocial personality characteristics are part of the show, but the fact of it being a diagnosis doesn't seem like something the show is kind of coding for, except that he's just so detached and he's kind of let himself become so alienated from his environment. Sort of my slapdash and ramshackle thoughts about that. Why are we watching What the Fuck Is Up, Denny's? It's a deep question.
It's the old MF Doom line. Snitches telling all their business, sitting in court and being their own star witness.
Kevin.
I don't know what to say about that.
Your dog just died.
Okay, so what? They're not actually telling him his dog died, right? Like, this is like an acting exercise on some show in Bravo. There's no way they're actually like, hey, dude, we want to tell you on live air that your dog just died, right? This is an acting exercise, right?
Your dog just died.
And he nails it. I wonder what that guy looks like now. 27 million views. Oh, yo, What's Therapy is streaming. 40,000 subscribers, he says he has. But he doesn't. He's full of shit. He doesn't have 40,000 subscribers. Wow. This one's called Remove Cap Before Flight. So you might notice a lot of these have millions of views because they're all ones that YouTube suggested to me. I didn't go searching for this shit, y'all. Some figures are known to show a combination of personality disorders. Absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of overlap. You know, these diagnoses, these categories are constructs, and they can change, and they do change with time, as they should change. That's definitely modeling exercises. I don't know about acting. Okay. That's probably a better way to put it. Let's watch the rest of the... Yeah, let's watch the whole H-Bomber guy vid. What? H-Bomber guy is so good. I think he's got a new video dropping soon. I think he announced that. I'm really pumped for that. Is there a greater point to this funny video watch party, or is it just funny? Okay, so that's a fair question. You did want an answer, and I will answer. So we're celebrating 40,000 subscribers, which is the number that you see right here, 40,000. See, 40,000. And we're just having, we're just chilling. This is so fucked up. This is gonna give you anxiety. Beautiful sunset, by the way. I don't like saying everyone is a psychopath when in reality every human is on every spectrum, just on different percents. Yeah, and regarding like sociopath and psychopath are not commonly used terms in the mental health treatment field. So I mean, not as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you know, I have the DSM-5 TR. I don't know it word for word. Let's see, sociopath or psychopath. Start with psychopath. It's really a fascinating read, even if you're not a mental health professional. I definitely recommend it. PQRS-TV. The word psychopath is not even in the index of the DSM-5 TR. It's not a relevant term. And I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. Wait, I just am wrong. I'm wrong. And wait. Psychopathy, 748 and 885. My mistake, 748 and 885. What do we got? Antisocial personality disorder. It links to antisocial personality disorder. Okay. And then, wait, what was the other number I said? Psychopathy. Psilocybin. Wow, they mentioned psilocybin. That's cool. Psychopathy. Wow, the DSM-5 TR is so good, I gotta say. It's really like such a huge improvement. Psychopathy 885. Okay, 885. So it links to antisocial personality disorder and then antisocial personality disorder. Yeah, okay. And sociopathy. This is good because like you don't want to really use terms like that if they're not in use anymore. There's really no point. It's not super helpful. And I don't hear anyone use these terms in the mental health field. PQRS. Let's settle this once and for all. Sociopathy. Sociopathy. Do some F8. Socioeconomic. Sociopathy, 748, same thing. Antisocial personality disorder. So I could have just looked that up. They've both been, they're both subsumed by antisocial personality disorder. So they're not useful terms anymore. So yeah. 5th edition TR. Yeah. Congrats on the 40K, best analyzer of the best series ever. Oh, that's incredibly nice. Yep, we do have 40,000 subscribers. Exactly. I want to study psychology. I've always been into it, but I feel like I'm too old to begin, honestly, being 22. Beginning now may be hard, plus I'm not smart enough. Yeah, no, I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure that's not true. You're definitely not too old, and I'm sure you're plenty smart enough. If you feel like it might be hard for other reasons, but I'm sure for those reasons, it's not a problem. I mean, in my master's program with social work, there were plenty of people who were like older and stuff. ASPD is the more medical and less of a flash word. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and so I mean, so why not use sociopath and psychopath? I literally just don't see the point. I don't think they're useful. I don't see the point, you know. They're just outdated terms, so yeah. I'm sorry, this is actually fucked up to watch. Yeah, you gotta check your fucking plane for cats. I'm gonna fast forward because we all care about each other and don't want to have to suffer here. That is a scared cat. Yeah, okay. Laugh at it now, but feel bad later, okay? Please feel bad about that, because you fucked up and that's your fault. Get rotated, idiot. Why does YouTube suggest this stuff to me?
You excuse me, but...
Okay, so we're getting into a strange part of this WTF playlist. Viktor Frankl, who I believe is a Holocaust survivor, on why idealists are the real realists. I have not watched this. I just thought the title was really interesting because I don't think idealists are the real realists, but this guy's a very well-respected and knowledgeable person. I want to hear what he says.
You excuse me, but I know I am speaking a marvelous accent without the slightest English. Now... You won't believe it, gray hair, my age, I started taking flying lessons recently. Do you know?
Yo, what is this crossover? I swear I didn't play in that. I didn't watch this.
Know what my flying instructor told me? If you are starting here, wish to get here, say east, heading for this, and you have a crosswind, you will drift and you will land here. So you have to do what we pilots call crabbing, he told me. C-R-A-B, crabbing. You have to head.
And it's a crossover with the crab video. Let's go. Let's go. What's therapy? 40,000 subscribers.
For north of this airfield, and you have to fly that way, you see? As if you headed in this direction.
Okay, so he's saying to overcompensate for the wind, and that's going to be a metaphor for idealism, I guess.
You are heading here above this airfield, then you will actually land here. But if you have...
Just little pause. Is anybody reading any interesting books? What are you reading nowadays? Anything interesting? No worries if not. I'm just curious.
For here you are landing here. This holds also for man, I would say. If we take man as he really is, we make him worse. But if we overestimate him...
That's not what I thought. That's not where I thought this was going. I thought it was going to be like about your life path, and if you like you have to like overshoot to try to make it where you want to get. But like that's a really dope. I like that idea that you actually have to overshoot in your terms of expectations of other people. I mean, you really do have to be reasonable in your expectations, but you also want to be confident and ambitious. You want to believe people can do more. You want to believe, and including yourself. And this is something I talk about with clients a lot, you know. Like, certain conversations are more possible than you think, you know. Certain ways of advocating for yourself and being assertive are more possible than you think, and you want to give it your best shot. It helps you deal with the crap that we all deal with in life.
It's premature, your applause. You will soon know why. If we seem to be idealists and are overestimating, overrating man, and looking at him that high, here above, you know what happens? We promote him to what he really can be. So we have to be idealists in a way, because then we'll wind up...
Yeah, this is a very different form of idealism than the term is often used in like political spheres. But yeah, it's a really cool idea.
As the real realist.
Idealism in like a political context is often like having an ideal and then like trying to assert basically like determining your political program or your like analysis of the way the world is based on ideals rather than like material facts, or describing historical changes based on more like changes in ideals and like ideological changes rather than understanding the material basis for those changes. I've been reading Presumed Innocent, cool, and Catch-22. I read that back in the day. Michael Crichton. I've never read any of his stuff. Pathway Through the Jungle and Atomic Habits. I've heard of Atomic Habits. That's cool. How Fours Think. That sounds really interesting. The Double by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Very cool. I've never read any Dostoevsky.
Do you know?
Pure ideology.
Who has...
I'm not a huge Zizek fan anymore. It's kind of gone off the deep end, I feel like.
Said this: if we take man as he is, we make him worse. But if we take man as he should be, we make him capable of becoming what he can be. This was not my flight instructor. This was not me. This was Goethe. He said this verbally.
Oh, Goethe.
And now you will understand why I, in one of my writings, once said, this is the most apt maxim and motto for any psychotherapeutic activity. So if you don't recognize a young man's will to meaning, man's search for meaning,
and that's his famous book, Man's Search for Meaning.
Make him worse, you make him dull, you make him frustrated.
He was doing a little plug there when he said Man's Search for Meaning, I assume.
you still add and contribute to his frustration. While if you presuppose in this man, if in this so-called criminal or juvenile delinquent or drug abuse and so forth, there must be a what we call spark, yeah, a spark of search for meaning. Let's recognize this.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm so glad we have more material understandings of these things. So this is a guy starting a dance party at a concert. How's the audio? Is this intense? Do y'all ever go to shows nowadays and no one's dancing? Let's go. Woo. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit so we don't have any copyright issues. And props to this person for being like getting down with it too. Oh, let's go. This is all people are looking for, just like someone to get the vibe going. Yeah, I think people are getting more repressed, and I think that's why it shows you see people afraid to dance more. I think people are getting more repressed as we get more civilized and sort of alienated. Oh, is it Santa Gold? Oh, I didn't even realize that. I haven't heard this song. I love Santa Gold, especially that song, I forget the title, but it goes, what I'm searching for, to tell it straight, I'm trying to build a wall. Walking by myself down avenues I reek of time to kill. That's such a good song. Yo, and everybody gets down. Let's go. Yo, people are running to get down. What the fuck? Yo, people are like, fuck, I'm allowed to dance? Late, starting at the beginning. Don't start at the beginning. What? No, just watch now and then you can go back later. LES Artistas. Yes, thank you. Hell yeah. How do we submit music recs? I mean, you can recommend something. Oh, this is another hydraulic beanbag video. Okay, I gotta share this. I mean, I should share a lot of them, but especially when it's so much creative original work.
Don't take the blunt SpongeBob, oh, you insolent cleaning ware. You better take both our shifts tomorrow.
I don't think I've watched this before. I definitely don't remember that line. You better take both our shifts tomorrow.
SpongeBob, there's a gas leak.
Hydraulic beanbag, check them out. I don't want to get a copyright issue. Everybody just take a deep breath.
Stand on mountains. You raise me. Oh, Scheiße.
Oh, Scheiße. I never heard this with sound.
You raise me. Oh, Scheiße. You raise.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Have you ever been in a place where there was someone with a big cross like this? This is not a very nice one, too. I feel like it's like day one with the cross. So this is the wiring of the human brain, slicing fiber tractography. This is real. Diffusion tractography produces a dense reconstruction of fiber pathways. The representation of thin slices of transparent streamlines allows new and aesthetic insights into a probabilistic reconstruction of the brain connectivity. The video shows a coronal, sagittal, and axial slicing of streamlines reconstructed from in vivo high-resolution diffusion measurement at whatever. So this is real. This is the brain. This is showing connectivity. This is showing energy flows in the brain. Energy is vague. I just don't know exactly what it's showing. But this is real. Like, massage your brain right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's going on in your head. You know? You got your orbitofrontal lobes. You got your parietal lobes, your temporal lobes. You got your occipital lobes. Which one is this? The sagittal view? I mean, it's just amazing to think about. I'm gonna get going. Congrats on 40K Quinn quotes. This is real. Yeah, I will share this channel too, because this is very original work. And yeah, thanks, yeah. I don't think they're still posting videos, but I love this shit. Good job. Alfred Anvander, one of the most popular up-and-coming YouTubers.
Kenneth, Mark, give me the Zuck. But you can follow up and tell me what that means, and I'll try my best to do it for you.
Really, dude? Like, why'd you read that comment? Do you actually not know what "give me the Zuck"? Like, how?
Kenneth, Mark, give me the Zuck. But you can follow up and tell me what that means, and I'll try my best to do it for you. What's the whole Zuck thing? Z-U-C-C.
Are you kidding me, dude? What are you like, what are you? He seems so genuine. Like, what are you talking about? What's the Zuck thing? There's only 39.9 thousand of us. Why are you blatantly lying to your community? No, this clearly says 40,000. 4. Look, I'm looking with my eyes. Okay, 40,000. Am I wrong?
I haven't seen this before.
Oh, I love this. This is so funny.
Yeah. She just died.
So they're notifying him that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. The Supreme Court justice, the former late Supreme Court justice. They're telling him. I shouldn't say they're notifying him. They're saying Ruth Bader Ginsburg just died. He has not made a public statement about it yet. Okay.
She just died? Wow. I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
Just the worst liar ever. Just the worst liar ever. You're telling me now for the first time? Like, who, like, why would you even, like, you're allowed to know that Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. Like, why even lie?
She led an amazing life.
She led an amazing life.
What else can you say?
And I don't remember. I feel like there might have been a song playing in the background of the original, but I don't know. Like no, I don't know why there would be a song playing in the background of the original.
She was an amazing woman.
Obviously, it's not this song with this level of volume. I just feel like, why? Yeah, I guess they just added it.
Whether you agreed or not, she was an amazing woman.
He's just like, he got prepped on like how to respond in a slightly like diplomatic way to the death of someone who's like not in his political party, like certainly probably disagreed with him about various stuff, blah blah. And so he has to pretend you're telling me about this for the first time. Okay, enough.
Ask not.
What is this? Oh, this is funny.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
It's the first time we've been back to Texas since our trip to Africa. And you may recall we went to a park in Botswana.
Great moments in presidential speeches. Sorry, it's hard to like pause, but it's supposed to be.
You may recall we went to a park in Botswana.
Great moments in presidential speeches. I recently went to a session where we tapped on certain spots on the face and hands, and the person leading the session talked about how it was useful to therapy and also work with your body. To also work with your body, 100%. Yeah, I'm trying to learn more about the body and brain so I can help my clients in somatic ways as well as cognitive behavioral ways. Because yeah, it's extremely real. Like you have to focus on your body, you have to focus on your brain, and yeah, and tap it. Yeah, I'm sure that can be good. Yeah. What is this? Che Guevara interview Ireland 1964. Let's see.
¿Por qué tengo que ir, Argelia?
Because he has to go.
Is he going to talk to Mr. Ben Bella?
Va a hablar con el señor Ben Bella?
Probablemente.
Probably.
What does he hope to talk about?
¿Qué va a hablar? ¿De qué?
Del tiempo.
He said he's going to talk about the weather.
Hope they have better weather than they have in Ireland. Last week in the United Nations, twice, people tried to attack him. Once a bomb was thrown and once a woman tried to use a knife. He lives a very dangerous life. Is he worried about this?
Usted vive una vida muy peligroso porque la semana pasada en the United Nations in Nueva York, una mujer ha tirado una...
Definitely a native English speaker rather than Spanish, correct?
That's nice.
Sí, atento, sí.
Acento, sí, a usted, ¿no?
¿Me pregunta?
Sí, sí.
No, ojalá todos los peligros fueran como ese.
No es muy peligroso.
Yo desearía que todos los peligros fueran como ese, digo.
He's describing whether he feels it's dangerous. I'm not sure exactly.
Porque no, eso no tiene... Es lo que se llama una payasada.
Una qué?
Payasada, clown.
Clown. He said that he's used to this kind of thing, that she was only a clown. Acting as a clown.
How about the political situation in Cuba itself? There seems to be quite a bit of trouble there at the moment. 70 army officers were sacked recently and 4 top government officials. What exactly is going on there?
Okay,
Peace out, Skills Taylor. Thanks for hanging out.
En Cuba ahora las cosas no iban bien.
Si hay muchos disturbios, problemas.
Disturbios, sí, eso es la palabra, sí.
¿Él hablaba de 4 qué?
You said something about 4 men.
4 top government officials were sacked as well.
4 hombres en el governmiento.
En el gobierno.
Sí.
Wow, I haven't watched this clip before. It's funny that they didn't actually have a good translator. I mean, she's doing her best. No hate, but yeah.
El gobierno.
Que han sido quitados o presos.
Sí, ha quitado, ¿no?
No. Hace poco hubo una sustitución. Pero yo no sé bien a qué él se refiere.
He doesn't really know what you're referring to.
Porque hay muchos bolas, se llaman, cuentos de la propaganda de los Estados Unidos que circulan por aquí, por Europa. Yo no los conozco bien, ¿no?
He said that there are many rumors going through Europe that things don't really happen in Cuba at all.
She didn't mention the propaganda of the United States that he said.
Son circulados por las agencias norteamericanas.
It's propaganda circulated by the North Americans.
He said American, or did he say North Americans?
Propaganda things don't really happen in Cuba at all.
Son circulados por las agencias norteamericanas.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, Norteamericana.
It's propaganda circulated.
So it's a very interesting clip, and he just obviously Che Guevara comes off very lame and not cool in this. Like, you know, like you would never want to look into his life or learn more about his life. I mean, from, you know, he just comes off so just not cool, right? Just like, it's not like he's handsome and chill and emanates sort of confidence. No, don't even look into him or anything about him, okay? I showed you this clip, but I do not want you to... It's supposed to make him look bad.
By the North Americans.
So don't... He should be eternally discredited because he went against, you know...
ERP, etc.
What is this? 107-year-old Irish farmer reflects on change. Wow.
I'm going to introduce you to a rather remarkable man. He's Mr. Michael Fitzpatrick from Kilkenny, Maynooth. Now, he started to draw the old age pension in 1927, and 7 years ago he got the President's Bounty on his 100th birthday.
Whoa.
Now, he's from County Clare. He came up from Clare in 1940 to a land commission farm in Maynooth, where he lives now. You have seen a lot of changes, Mr. Fitzpatrick, in farming. What would you say was the biggest change?
Well, machinery.
And what sort of a machine?
That's such a great answer. Like,
what do you think that made the biggest impression?
Well,
yeah, the increased productive ability of workers, and then the benefits of that being reaped by a small percentage of people.
Well, the reaper and binder is a great one, but by God...
Hold on, let's...
Impression.
Well, the reaper and binder is a great one, but by God, the one for cutting up the ground and throwing a crop is a powerful one too.
Well, you were saying at the time you saw the mowing machine first, it made a tremendous impression on you.
It did, because it didn't run. How could it be done at all?
What was the reaction of the people at that
Amazing to live to 107 and be this cogent. That's unbelievable.
time to the mowing machine, Mr.
A
Scott?
great many of them wasn't minding it and could afford it, but more of them got happy.
And some of them, I think you told me, wouldn't have it on the land at all.
Well, that man that had a good farm, but I said about our town land, he wouldn't allow it in it. He used to pay an in something cut it at 3 and 6 pence a day.
Do you remember cutting the harvest with the reaping hook?
Oh, it was all of it. Quite for years and years and years, nothing else about cutting.
And how do you think that the reaping hook compares with the combine at the present time?
Oh, well, there's an awful difference. An awful difference, I see anyway. Because the combine is just going in morning, start to bed here, is a poor reaper and bind that wouldn't be enough week.
Wow, this is so interesting. I haven't watched this yet. That's so crazy to hear his experience like this about how the changes in industrial machinery were witnessed by him.
Now, you also remember, I think, a rather historic thing in the land history of this country, the Bowdyke evictions.
I do.
I want to read more about that. I don't know what that is. Is that people being evicted from their farmland?
Could you describe for us what happened at those evictions? You were at them.
I was at one of them for about 5 hours.
Hold on, let me just look it up really quick. Bowdyke evictions. During the 1880s, the principal landowner in the Bowdyke area, Colonel O'Callaghan, had refused to lower the rents he charged his tenants. They were in distress and a demonstration was held. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
And what happened?
That was very cruel. They threw children and women on the road. Well, there was one of them thrown out one day I was in it, and the baby was only about 3 days old. And they were thrown on the bank of the Water Valley.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as I say in my videos, you can really only at every given time, you can really only have one main first priority. So it's either making money or the welfare of people. You can't prioritize both to the same degree. Congrats, I just came in. Any plans or future projects for YouTube in mind? Yeah, I got some long-term plans, and we're just celebrating reaching exactly 40,000 subscribers, no more, no less. But some long-term projects, but we'll talk about them more in a bit too. We only got 7 more of these WTF videos.
Oh, that's cruel.
And how about a
Boise, Idaho woman.
A Oh my God, I watched this the other day.
A Boise, Idaho woman is considered a medical miracle. Laura Esterman was struck by lightning nearly a month ago, and she was considered officially dead. Thankfully, CPR from her mom revived her heart, but she laid in a coma for 2 weeks, and then she defied all odds and woke up.
I should buy a
Well, obviously, there was a problem with that tape. She doesn't really sound like that. She doesn't remember the accident, but the evidence is clear.
I mean, I don't want to laugh at someone who's gone through a horrible accident, but that's just so funny to be like, we're going to play a clip of someone who's been struck by lightning, and then the clip gets all fucked up.
Thanks for you.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know what this is about. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Did you hear the beat to Mario there? We'll go to the tape on it. I'm going to the tape.
This guy kind of looks like Magnus Carlsen, the former world chess champion. But yeah, that's so cool that this guy's brain works differently from this guy's brain, and this one hears it immediately, and this one like doesn't quite hear it.
Did you hear the beat to Mario there? We'll go to the tape on it. I'm going to the tape now.
That's awesome. So this is a famous clip of Miles Davis getting upset at someone. I forget who he gets upset at in the actual clip. But yeah, I guess he doesn't like Aphex Twin also.
Hi, I'm Max Flower. I'm here with Adam Morrison, and he's going to tell us about his secrets to success. Adam?
Just working hard and, doing the right things every day.
Well, Adam, thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck. Appreciate it.
So this is a weird video to me because it says world's fastest interview ever, but like, it's actually like that's kind of normal for sports interviews, like for certain contexts.
Thanks, Adam. See you.
Codename Kids Next Door.
This is not part of the playlist. It just randomly played a Jartoon video. So that was the WTF playlist. I hope you enjoyed watching those videos. I hope you learned a lot about society and the fact that we live in a society, and we're getting close to the end. I got a few questions for you all. First question, if I did a director's commentary stream for one of my videos, if I like watched a video and gave you my thoughts about it and the process of making it and stuff like that, what video would you want me to do that with? And don't say the Breaking Bad video because it's 3 hours long unless you really mean it. But yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask too. Anything about YouTube or anything. But yeah, if I did a director's commentary on a video, and it would probably be a live stream on Twitch that I would then post on the side channel, assuming they don't shut me down on the side channel. See the beginning of the stream if you missed that. But yeah, what would you want like my sort of director's commentary on in that regard? What made me want to do YouTube? So honestly, I didn't really watch a lot of YouTube until the pandemic, and then in the summer of the pandemic, I was like watching a lot of YouTube, and I was like getting into video essays. I didn't really know that those existed, and I just found channels like 3 Arrows and Sean and like H Bomber Guy and Philosophy Tube and ContraPoints and like, you know, all these left-wing artistic, you know, weirdos doing awesome stuff and being interesting. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize this existed. So I was like, okay, well, I guess if I did I guess if I did a YouTube channel, it would be kind of interesting because I could give like a therapist take on things. And I specifically started, I talk about this on the podcast a little bit for channel supporters, but like I did specifically start kind of with the idea of like doing videos for other mental health professionals about my experience as a mental health professional and my thoughts about it and so on. But then I quickly realized like, oh, I want to just do whatever I feel like. I want this to just be like an outlet of, you know, whatever I'm interested in and just exploring different topics. And I definitely encourage you, if you like my Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul videos and you haven't checked out the old ones, like about other things, definitely do it if you're bored. And I mean, I have a lot of videos going back the last 3 years about all kinds of different stuff, political stuff, other shows, you know, mental health, philosophy, random stuff. So yeah. Okay, and so it sounds like the only comment was for doing I watched Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad. I mean, that would be the reasonable one to do because it's so well known. So maybe one day I'll do that. That would just take so long. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to make it work. Watch it in double time, triple time, quadruple time. And before we finish, does anyone have any questions about therapy or mental health that I could answer? Any questions about therapy or mental health? Any things you're wondering or questions you have about therapy or mental health? We've talked about some stuff already, but if you just have any questions, I'm happy to give you my thoughts on things as a therapist. I do, yeah, like I said, like that is a big reason I did this. Like I want to, there are a few more people that joined as members. I want to shout you out. I just noticed that. Jackson, thanks. Fyrus, thank you so much. And Jimmy, and first name, last name, and Basil Brush. Thank you all of you. And Renee, I already thanked you earlier, but thank you all of you for becoming members. Wow, that's money that I get. I get money from that, actually. Believe it or not. So that's cool. I'm going to buy like a sandwich. I'm going to get like a really nice sandwich. Maybe tomorrow. To celebrate. To celebrate 40,000 subscribers, no more, no less. And by the way, if you're wondering about the whole subscribers thing, as soon as I stop streaming, I'll get more subscribers. But when you're streaming, a lot of people realize, they're like, why am I subscribed to this person? Literally, what's wrong with me that I'm subscribed to this person? So that's sort of the normal reaction you can get a lot of the time. Yeah. Comment regarding mental health. How do I handle emotional instability? Well, that's a very tough question to answer quickly. But I would try to understand the emotions you're having, try to name them, try to understand them, try to feel where you feel them in your body. I would try to understand the patterns of emotional instability, what triggers you, what sets you off, what of those triggers is avoidable, what's unavoidable, how can you modify your approach to triggers. Handling emotional instability, you really want to understand what's contributing to it and kind of learn how to maybe use your thoughts more effectively in moderating your emotions while also giving yourself the space to feel emotions without having it come out and be externalized in negative ways. Because, it's not too bad to feel afraid and to feel angry and to feel, upset and all these sad and different things. It's not always necessarily that bad as long as you find healthy ways to, go through it without making it worse than it has to be. How would therapy have helped Jimmy? Wouldn't it get him or his therapist killed likely or ruled paranoid? I don't know that it would have anything to do with paranoia or anything like that or schizophrenia or anything like that. It would be hard for him to get a lot out of therapy if he was fully lying, but I mean, he could go into therapy and just talk about like his relationship with Kim, especially back in season 5 where season 4 where he considers therapy. And season 4. That's well before he would have to be lying about everything in his relationship with Kim. So he could just talk about his relationship with Chuck, his relationship with Kim. I don't think he would have to necessarily talk about the illegal stuff. Obviously, it would be good to be honest about all that. And your therapist does not have to report illegal things you do, obviously. I mean, I don't even know... I mean, at the level, if Jimmy told his therapist that he was going to drug Howard, I think there's a chance they would have to report that. I would be calling up colleagues and being like, yeah, I guess I should report this, right? Because this is doing harm to another person. But luckily I haven't been in that situation. But, you know, he could just talk about a lot of other things and probably get a lot out of it. You know, oh, like, how do I feel about my brother's death? And, you know, my own role in it. You wouldn't have to report Jimmy for talking about his role in Chuck's death. That's in the past, and you don't have to report your client for past things. It's like if they're about to commit an act of significant harm, that's different. But you don't report people for past things they did. It's important that people can talk about what they've done. So yeah, I mean, Jimmy could go in and be like, look, I basically, like, you know, told his liability insurance all this stuff, and it led to him getting pushed out of his job, and it led to him being extremely depressed and taking his own life and stuff like that. So it would probably be really useful for him to talk about that and take some more accountability for it. I imagine it would make him a little bit more well-balanced, well-adjusted. Maybe he would make certain different decisions moving forward. Maybe, you know, I'm not saying I wish that happened, obviously. Well, hey, I guess that's probably good for today. How about that? We reached 40,000 subscribers. Don't pay attention to the 39.9 thing, okay? YouTube has some glitches, so they often sort of misrepresent 39.9 and 40 as sort of like a thing that they often, mix up. This stream I will make available. It will be on the page. You can watch it later. It'll be under the live section, and, you can enjoy it. And it's going to be enjoyable. You can watch old streams on the VODs channel. You can... Is this a command? Links? You know, check out my other links. If you have a Blue Sky invitation, send me that, because I'm trying to stop using Twitter. Because it's like really weird being on this platform, Twitter. But I only have the social media of YouTube and Twitter. So... Follow me on, whatever, YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just kidding, because you're all subscribed. And have a good rest of your night, and have a good rest of your day, depending on where you are. Really, thank you for hanging out. I'm going to, I guess, go back into hibernation from your perspective. I probably, I'll be streaming on Twitch here and there. You can click that link in the pinned comment to follow on Twitch. If you want to follow on Twitch, I'll stream every now and then. I got, some stuff that I do there. I just don't want to bother all the YouTube subscribers with like you can see like 24 people are watching right now. We've had like probably a peak of like 40 people, which is totally chill. But, that's normal. So I don't want to notify all subscribers when most people are not that interested. So that's why I stream on Twitch. And it's also good to diversify a little bit. So have a great time, and thanks so much for hanging out, and I'm so glad people enjoy my videos. It's been an absolute joy to be able to get my voice heard, get my thoughts heard. It's been very inspiring and very validating, and I look forward to doing more things in the future, and you all can be on the lookout, but, nothing coming up in the immediate future, so, just have a good time until then. But, if you do want to support the channel with Patreon and YouTube members, you can... I do these weekly podcast episodes, so if you like hearing me talk, you can get more of that there. And there is a public, it's the Verbal Journal. There's a public episode too. You can check out the Verbal Journal on YouTube. That's the name of the channel. There's one public episode. If it's kind of whet your appetite, I think is the expression. Or dry your appetite. I don't know which it is, one or the other. Okay. And that's all. All right, well, let's get a bye in the chat. And this is very fun. So thank you so much for enjoying hanging out. And okay. Goodbye.